Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Better. This is the longest episode in Caps Off history. An hour and a half, but an hour and a half filled with the best conversations I think we've ever had on this podcast. Started off with some 2-minute drill. We talked about fantasy. So many random players put up more than 25 fantasy points this week. Hopefully you're moving on to the next round. We talked about the Lions. The Lions are a team that are going to live and die by Dan Campbell, and we had to talk about it. We talked about Nik Bonito, the DPOY, friend of the pod. We talked about the Chiefs. Are they the biggest frauds? The answer is yes, because they are a part of a group that has not put up 30 points. Talked about Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson. Is Josh Allen actually the MVP? We broke down so much more, including who won the Heisman. Please listen to the full episode. Download Better, play Better Picks. Let's get into this marathon.
And for those listening on headphones, please lower your volume because Adam screams in the first 40 seconds of the episode.
Yeah, sorry. Again. Welcome back to another episode of Caps Off, presented by Better. It is the 16th of December.
What was that?
I don't know. I'm excited. We were just listening to music.
Yeah, little Rufus to start the show.
Woo! Sorry.
Sponsor us, Rufus. Is that a thing? Can you get sponsored?
Adam
by
just
artists?
yelling 27 seconds into the podcast for no
All right,
reason
just
at
let
all.
it out. Adam, just let it out. Let it out. Give me
Block your eardrums.
Yeah!
Block
Like
your
a-
eardrums. Block your eardrums.
Ready? Here you go.
Oh my God. I really hope you guys.
Why did you do
I
that?
don't know, Jack. I'm so sorry.
Dude.
It
What
went higher
was the
pitch than I thought. It came out way higher than I was
Dude.
anticipating.
What was that, like a
Sometimes,
like
man.
a Seahawk?
It hit
Or
me.
was
Yeah,
that
it was like it was a Seahawk. It was,
Yeah.
We watched the Sunday Night Football game. That was
Yeah.
it.
Oh, nice.
It was
That
nice.
was
It was a
that
Seahawk.
That was atrocious.
I apologize. That was very aggressive.
I can't wait for
didn't
the
like it.
comments on our YouTube video or some shit being like, dude, like there's no way that Adam just killed my hearing fucking 43 seconds in.
Well, then don't play it that loud. Like, turn it down.
You know Adam's on the show, bro. You know you gotta chill.
Pat,
We gotta do there's a heated discussion.
what are we trying to save?
While we were just
What are we
watching-
trying to save?
Daylight savings time needs to remain a thing. I saw an Instagram post that was showing me the time that the sun would set in June if
we
we
stopped.
eliminated daylight savings time. And in New York, where I'm from, the sun would be setting at 7:30 in June.
It's very dark at
That's way too early.
That's
for the summer.
awful. That you're supposed to be
You saying that's
still
early?
like at the beach at 7:30 with the sun still shining.
And it's like 9 p.m. rolls around. It's like, okay, the
Then
sun
dusk.
finally is
It
down.
basically
Yes.
No,
it enables you to enjoy the summer.
Yeah.
It's
That's why you're
hate-
gonna get up at 5
You want a
a.m.?
9
and it
p.m.
also-
sunset?
Yeah,
Yes.
why wouldn't I?
The later the better.
Why would I not want the sun out
Because
longer?
when I think of a sunset, I think of like 6:50, 7 o'clock.
No, like the fun thing about summer is the long nights. That's like literally a thing. Like the long nights.
What about
of
the
summer.
crops? You don't care for the crops?
The crops will grow. They'll
like,
they'll
no,
happen.
No, they actually won't. That's
Do you know
why
what time the sun would rise in June? 4 a.m.
Oh, that's way
You want
too
the
early.
sunlight bursting through your windows at 5? It'll be broad daylight at 5 in the morning.
That's not okay. That's
That is
okay.
not
And
remotely
then early
acceptable.
bird.
I'm the early
Don't
bird
get
catch
your
your worm,
worm.
suck my dick. I want to drink beer in the sunlight at 8:30.
I don't understand daylight savings.
Me neither. This was
The-
another
the
argument. Everyone's like,
forward,
"Oh,
back.
I don't like spring forward or fall
forward,
back."
fall
no
back.
one knows which one's which.
Good play on words, though.
At some point, the time changes, and it is now winter. It's time to eat soup, drink hot drinks, and get cozy in a sweater. And then
yeah.
at some point, the sun starts setting later, and it's time to start drinking beers with friends, doing happy hours, and enjoying life. It's just like
God,
a cue that tells you how to feel, and it's something that if we do away with, my entire circadian rhythms will be out of
And you
whack
know
for the
what-
rest of my
you know,
life.
It's like yeah, you said the happy hours. Like the happy hours when it's dark out just don't hit.
No, they're
They just don't
depressing.
hit. They don't. But when you have a happy hour and you're at a place that's outdoors,
And then you walk
rooftop with the
outside,
sun
and
setting,
then you're done with happy hour at like 7:30, 7:45, and the sun's still out, and you're like,
Spring
wow, I'm
forward.
feeling
But
good.
then at that point you're like,
We lose time.
I'll hit another
Correct.
bar.
yeah,
fall
maybe I'll
back.
have another.
I'll have another
Game
drink.
time.
Who cares, man?
Yes, that is how
if
it
they
works.
do away with daylight savings time, you will have one very unhappy camper.
But
And,
which
like,
side
Adam-
do you want them to do away with?
just keep
What's-
the way it is. Don't do anything. Don't change anything. Why do we got to
You
change
want
it?
the-
What is
you want-
baseline?
so you want the forwards
What is-
and the backs.
What is baseline?
What we've done for all of our lives.
So you want a switch hitter?
No, I don't know.
But that's what I'm saying.
Donald Trump is saying he's going to do away with daylight savings time. I
Right.
don't know what.
What is baseline?
What we are currently living. The
Just don't
experience-
change it, is what
Don't
he's
change
saying.
anything. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
No,
so
he's-
you want
no,
spring
no,
forward, fall back?
Yes.
Okay, what I'm saying
Yeah,
is, if that was eliminated, what is baseline? Is it spring forward or fallback?
I would say spring forward.
There's a
Does
standard,
that make sense?
There's a standard time and then a daylight savings time. I believe right now we're in one of those. And if we did away,
the only two
standard?
if we did away with daylight savings
That's my
time,
point.
we would perpetually be in standard time,
We're
which is
in-
what would
we're in
result in
standard
the
time right now. We're in
Yes,
standard time.
I think. I don't know.
Because
What
daylight savings
is
is when
when we are saving daylight.
Just
But no,
don't
is that-
change it.
But how do you save daylight in the morning or fuck? I
Who
don't know.
cares? Just don't change anything. It's been working. Everyone's happy.
There's
Nothing-
no daylight to save. Just keep it
You know,
standard.
Arizona doesn't do it.
And they can.
How does that work? How do you as a state
They
just
live half the year in one time zone and then they switch back to the other.
that's
Yeah, they're
not
Pacific
fair.
and Mountain.
You all either succumb to
No,
this
think
shit
about
or
it.
not.
Think about like mid football season. You're in Arizona, and it just all of a sudden the games change the time they start.
It's weird.
That doesn't seem.
Look,
okay.
at the
Who
end
made
of the
that
day,
That's
decision?
fucking
Yeah.
crazy.
Just don't change anything. It's like everyone's fine. We're fine.
Yeah, but
why are we changing the way the clock works?
But for
But
my-
Why did
what
we
are
ever
we
change it to
thinking?
start with?
Yeah, why
Yeah,
did we
that's
ever
the
start
problem.
it?
It's
Yeah.
crops. It was for the crops.
Yeah, it was for
Way
like
back
the-
then.
No.
If
It was
you're a farmer,
actually-
wake up when the sun rises.
It was actually for the.
No, it's for the farmers.
Yes, for the
It's 'cause-
farmers and the crops.
It started with the farmers, but it's the farmers over this. It's the kids waiting for the school bus as well. Is why we've kept it for all these years.
They don't want to wait in the
Daylight
don't want the
savings
kids to wait in the
time
dark.
was
Yeah,
originally
actually, all right,
implemented
so,
to
yeah.
conserve energy during World War I, as the idea was to extend daylight hours in the evening by moving clocks forward, thus reducing the need for artificial lighting during the day when that has
Talk
nothing to do
about
with
football.
crops.
Again, for me, last thing, it's really just a cue
thought it was
for
crops.
entering a new time of the year. When the clock changes, you are now entering a different time of the year.
It's
And
a different vibe.
It's
A
a good
vibe check.
It's a good check on where you're at in life and what you should be feeling emotionally, physically, and it's just don't change it.
Yeah,
That's all.
it's
But-
the.
all
it's
right,
nice.
don't change it.
We should compromise and move the clocks 30 minutes forward and set it there forever.
Oh,
You
like
know-
a
you know what I've
compromise.
realized?
Yes.
You know what I've
Oh,
realized
that
is
works.
It's just the.
That's so good.
Like when you said it's the changing like a vibe. It's like as soon as it gets dark early, time to throw a hoodie on when I'm hanging out at
It's-
home all the time.
exactly.
You know, no matter.
Daylight-
We're in Miami. It's like 75, 80.
Okay, let's talk football, please.
Wait,
Yeah.
before
Sorry,
we
yeah,
do it,
that's
question
enough.
for you, because it was once known as wartime. Would you prefer that? Would that change anything? If
That
it was
sounds-
just like, it's time to switch to wartime.
I think I've made my stance pretty clear. I just want everything to remain the same.
But what is the same?
Holy shit, Adam.
I hate
the
you,
life
no, I
we've
hate
been
you.
living our entire lives. That's the same.
But you just complained at changing.
Pat.
I'm going to freak the fuck out, Adam.
Adam.
I'm gonna
Just
freak
let
out,
me-
man.
Let me spell
Just
this
don't
out to
change
you.
what, like-
Pat wants is for us to continue doing what we've done this whole time.
Continue doing back and forth, black
Yes.
and white.
Yes.
Smooth criminal. Yes, I understand that. I'm just saying,
He's saying
do you
I
prefer
don't care to
to
listen
only
anymore.
have the standard, which you get the extended
No,
hours?
I
That's
prefer-
all I'm
He prefers
asking.
to
I
stay
prefer
like
to
this.
switch up every random
Okay.
day of the year, and now my life is different than it was the day
All right,
before.
yeah. Can we please move on?
Wartime.
He doesn't listen to me sometimes. It's like he wants to just argue. for
We've
the
been
sake
talking
of
about this for
arguing.
4 minutes.
That feels
So
right.
it's a
All right, got it.
a
No,
good
no
conversation.
saving daylights. Football.
Continue saving daylight.
What how'd everyone do?
10
Oh, I'm
and 3.
11-2. 11-2 going
More
into
so
Monday.
referring to fantasy, but sure.
Oh, fantasy.
Fantasy was in the playoffs in 5 leagues, advanced in 3 of them.
Okay,
and
that's
lost
good.
in 2 of them, putting up a big number. Just the other guy put up a massive number.
I believe I'm in 4. I will be alive in 1.
You're gonna beat me. Is that the one you're gonna be alive in? You're
Oh
probably
no,
gonna-
2.
Yeah. You need Justin Jefferson to get 12
I need
points.
12. But you never know.
you
It's
go
no
up
given,
against
but
Devontae Adams, you get fucked.
yeah.
What were you gonna say, Tycho?
Nothing. No, I lost mine.
Did you get fucked by Devontae?
Yeah, I got
deleted the
fucked by
fantasy,
Devontae.
Who
yeah.
else got fucked by Devontae?
Derek.
I did the fucking, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
Congratulations. Shout out daylight savings. 2-minute drill.
He gets me so worked
Please,
up sometimes.
please.
It's so much fun.
It's easy sometimes.
It's great.
But he's just like,
There's also a lot of colors I just noticed coming from your.
You got green, red, blue, red, yellow.
What are we?
Gray.
Can we talk about football?
Dude, that's what happens. Inner Bloom comes on. We're just fucking rocking and rolling. 2-minute drill.
Did
Should
you
we?
take something when you started
I
playing
did
the
have
song?
sugar right before we started. I felt tired.
it's like
so
instead of just listening to what I'm saying, he just continues to say the same thing to me in order to get me
All right,
more worked
2-minute
up.
drill.
you want to do the intro?
That's what I think
No,
it is.
you do it.
How did the recaps go
Great.
when you did do it by yourself?
Crushed it.
I think it was pretty solid. Yeah.
Yeah, there were a couple moments where Jack was like, I don't know what to do. And I was like, just do what he does. Just in
Yeah,
your
like
voice.
2-minute drill took me a little bit, like to figure that out, what the hook was for that shit.
Come on, you got
All
this.
right,
Adam.
week 15, 2-minute drill.
Holy shit.
Going through every single game in 2 minutes or less.
See, I didn't
Shout
do-
out daylight
I
savings
didn't do
according
that.
to Pat.
I
No?
didn't do the whole 2 minutes or less. Like, yeah. I didn't do
You
that.
didn't do any like the weird voice stuff.
2 minutes. Cabs are here. All right.
Tycho's ready?
Thursday night
Why
football.
are you doing the Cabs are here? The
I don't
fucking
know.
weird British accent?
Start- because of daylight
Let's go.
savings. Started off in 3. Someone say 2.
2.
1.
Rams 49ers.
We
What
got to
a-
stop playing Thursday Night Football. That game was awful.
What a trash.
No one was ready to play. No one was
Dolphins
ready.
Texans. Tua gone. McDaniel gone. Greer gone.
Every time
Move
Tua
the
needs to have a
franchise to
good,
Puerto Rico.
every time he has a good drive or needs to have one, just throws a pick.
Are the Texans good or still we don't
I don't
believe?
know. Ravens Giants.
Went exactly
Skip.
how we thought it
Still
would.
don't
Yeah.
know. Jets Jags.
I'm bummed that we won that game. It's fun to see
Are
us
the-
score 30 points.
Are the Jags going to fuck you guys from a franchise quarterback again by
Yeah,
beating you
but
in
I
the
mean, any
season?
guy we draft would stink. So
Shout
it
out
doesn't matter
Sex.
all that much.
Cowboys Panthers.
Cowboys.
I
Panthers.
was hand up. I was the idiot that bet on the Panthers.
Well, you got to make the fucking favorite.
Vegas trapped me.
Fuck Vegas.
Adam Rico Dowdle 3 games in a row, 100
Yeah,
plus rushing
I'm a
yards.
dog. Commander Saints.
Commanders frauds.
Ooh.
Yeah, I mean,
They almost lost to Jake Hayner and Spencer Rattler.
Yeah, but
pretty bad.
zesty.
What is that? Who?
Jake
yeah,
Hayner.
the
photo
Jake Hayner
shoot.
runs the sleigh action.
Bengals
Yeah.
Titans.
A lot of points. There's
Bengals
a lot,
too
a lot
little,
of points.
too late.
How
Bengals
about
too
Will
little, too
Levis
late.
shit in the bed with Gia Duddy around? That
Know.
was crazy.
So good looking. Colts
God.
Broncos.
I want to watch the tape later. Colts Broncos.
Nick Bonito, DPOY. Welcome to the goddamn
Okay,
party.
Broncos can win any type of game though.
I'm
Bo
starting
Nix
to think
played
the
like
Broncos
shit.
could win a playoff game. I've been saying it.
I
I believe in the Broncos now. I
Pats
believe.
Cardinals.
Pats, I don't think I watched that.
Don't think I care.
Oh no! Trey McBride got a tight end screen on the 1 yard line and he couldn't punch it in.
Yeah, would have won some money.
Also, Adams, I believe you skipped Chiefs Browns. Pat Mahomes got hurt. Yeah, if you're looking at ESPN, which
Chiefs,
I know
Browns.
you are.
Yep.
Chiefs. Pat Mahomes hurt. Hopefully he's healthy.
Kind of excited to see Carson Wentz a little.
I'm very excited to see.
Like
Carson
I
Wentz.
feel like it'd be fun.
30
feel-
seconds.
Oh, okay, Bills Lions. Game of the year.
What a
Hey,
game.
Fuck,
game
give
of
me
the
that
year.
Super Bowl. I need that. I need that Super
Dan
Bowl.
Campbell, stop just bet like stop coaching like that. You didn't need to do an onside kick.
Also, go to
That's
the
so
dentist.
dumb.
Go to the dentist,
Oh, God,
for
yeah.
fuck's sake.
We're
Bucks
just-
Chargers.
Stop dipping. Bucks are legit. I love the Bucks.
Chargers.
I love Baker Mayfield.
Cooked,
Mike
bro.
Evans needs 84 more yards a game to get to 1,000. Steelers, Eagles.
See what?
Eagles
Steelers,
are-
Eagles. Holy shit, we have so many.
Eagles are going to
games.
be in the Super Bowl.
I don't know how much time. Packers,
panicking.
Seahawks.
And
Packers, Seahawks.
time.
No,
Oh! This is the first time we can do it. Don't break
You guys
the table.
suck.
Sam Howell's horrible at football.
That's on me, guys.
No, you guys actually suck. That was
I
embarrassing.
didn't even know what he said 30 seconds.
I literally said 30
he said
seconds.
it.
I
He
know,
did
but
say
like
it. He
it
did
didn't
say it.
compute in my head.
Okay, so finish it off now or not?
I don't think we're allowed to talk about
We're not
Packers
allowed
Seahawks.
to.
I think the whole episode we can't talk about them.
God, you're kidding me.
Wait, okay, like how did we miss the Sunday night game?
I didn't realize there were so many 4 o'clock games. I thought as soon as he said Lions, Bills, I was like, oh, dude.
I think the missing Chiefs Browns hurt.
Yeah.
I think
I
I
said,
just put a
that's-
little bit of blame
You know,
on
but
Tycho. I
I
think you
think-
could have rushed us a little
you know
more
what?
towards
I
the
literally
end.
yelled 30 seconds.
I could have used a 10
I
second.
had no idea how
I
Our
could've used the
pacing,
10
I will say,
second.
our pacing, we're not used to the 15 game slate.
That is
We've
true.
had
We're used to
so
buys.
many bye
You're
weeks
right.
recently.
You're
We
right.
weren't used to
There were a lot
the
of- we
2-minute
didn't-
drill
we didn't know.
pace that we had at the start of the year. We're not ready.
I know.
We're
I
not ready for
cannot
the
I
moment.
do know how to
believe
finish off
this.
2-minute drill though.
I cannot believe this.
Packers are damn fucking good.
Yes. So did you see that their opponent's winning percentage is like 850?
The Packers?
Yeah, like every
Oh, so the
game they've
Packers are
played.
the complete opposite of what the Dolphins and the
And
Chargers
the
are.
only losses they have are to the Vikings, the Lions, and
I want to say the Bills.
another team of 11 or 12 wins. I don't-
Juggernaut.
Yeah, all of their
Yeah.
losses are by one score and to an incredibly good team.
I knew that.
Packers are legit.
team.
Seahawks fraudulent, like we said. All you guys in the comments that are like, "Oh, no respect given to the Seahawks." Where's the respect
Well,
for the
you
Seahawks?
gotta earn
You guys
it.
got to earn your respect. You had 4 wins in a row.
Beat
against
someone good. You had the
against
Packers at
mid-level
home.
competition. You had the Packers at home in primetime. This was your chance, and you fell on your face.
Well, Gino did get hurt, but he was also. They looked like shit before.
They looked
got
like
hurt
they were
anyway.
getting curb stomped.
Yeah, they made it closer with Sam Howell at
The
quarterback.
Packers are. I mean, those are the guys.
Josh
you know?
Jacobs is fun, bro. I like
The whole
Josh
team is
Jacobs.
fun, bro.
complete
They have
football team.
anyone could have a day. Romeo Dobbs, wear out that
Who
Romeo.
does?
He was
What a
going
catch.
crazy.
Your guy, you got to get
catch.
Romeo
I
jersey
fucking
now.
love him.
You have to.
87 too. It's kind of
It's a good number.
It's a fun number.
It's a fun day in general of football, like especially like fantasy. Like my team was going so stupid,
Dude, the
Oh my
fantasy
God.
playoffs delivered. Like there were
But did they?
delivered and
But
also
did
like
they?
sucked
Did
for
they?
some people.
I was gonna say because
some folks, if you
fantasy
had- if you had
delivered for a
certain
lot of
guys.
people throughout the year, and then did it deliver for those same
I
people?
mean, that's kind of exactly what fantasy football is. Other teams have players that score a lot of points. The losing
No, but
team
like,
has
or-
teams,
yeah, but the
players
guys
score
that
not a lot
were
of
the
points.
guys, like they sucked.
Yeah, are you trying? Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah.
But I didn't know if we were
Just
getting right into it. It
fucking-
just
just
felt
a
like we were getting
little
right into
Well,
it.
I mean, Jack gave a
Yeah, I
great
know.
transition.
Well, it's
to
one of
fantasy.
those where it's like
it was
it
one of
felt-
those where I saw the transition right away.
I
and
know,
was
but
like,
I felt like we
I'm gonna
moved-
add
I
him.
felt like
I
we
also
moved off
identified it.
Y'all saw the vision?
I felt like we
good.
moved off of Sunday Night Football rather.
I mean,
quick.
the game was pretty.
What do you want
shitty.
to fucking say about Sunday Night
Yeah.
Football? Like, the Packers are a legit fucking Super Bowl contender. We are a legit Super Bowl contender.
So is my team. We, the Bills.
The Bills,
I
exactly.
look like an
Your team.
absolute clown.
Yeah.
The Packers, Yeah.
I'll say it. I look like a clown. I'm sorry.
Because of our Bears.
Because of our Bears Packers
$500
bet.
bet.
that's
You felt really good for
beyond
it, too, though.
embarrassing.
Yeah.
Cash outs, you're kind of losing.
Beyond
You gotta get
embarrassing.
I mean,
that.
I've talked to you multiple times. And
I've said let's
refused.
place
You haven't
the
accepted
bet.
cash out.
I have to accept it once it happens. You know,
Yeah.
one of those things.
Anyway, fantasy playoffs,
Any
man.
hoozle.
Anywho.
Wow, that's crazy.
Okay, anyway.
Holy shit, you just got fucking big dicked. Holy hell.
That's fine.
Oh,
I'm good with
man.
that.
Anyway.
Packing.
Just
Let's go. Let's go.
standard time.
There you go. You got a sock in there or what? Huh?
Don't get me riled up.
You got a
Anyway,
sock
yeah,
in there?
fantasy playoffs delivered, and now I'm going to tee up the social video. That's the
processes
in
that
this
we-
conversation.
Well, I could help you if you need.
No, I got this. I got this.
Hey, let's just shut the fuck up and let Pat cook.
Yeah. The fantasy playoffs delivered in every way that you want them to. You had players that were scoring so many points, but then you also had guys that carried you to the playoffs that fell on their face. These 5 guys cost you the playoffs. They cost you
It's
the
funny,
playoffs.
guys that get you to the playoffs now they get you out of the playoffs.
Yeah, so it's a sad list, and I have a lot of these guys. And
How many?
3 of them. I have
3?
3 of them. Oh no, how many on the list?
Yeah.
There's 5 on the list, and then there's
You have 3 of them?
No, yeah.
Oh, wait,
I got
you, like,
cooked.
you
I
own
I was
3
like,
of them.
granted, I'm in 6 leagues, but like, so
But
I own
still.
most players. But anyway,
like
number
there's-
1.
I feel like there's
I
one
feel
more.
like this is everyone's complaining about this. Derrick Henry. He had 6.7 points today.
Crazy.
Number 2 running back on the season. They scored 35 points. He just wasn't involved.
How do you not involve him in a touchdown on
He
that?
cut off the dreads, that's why.
Such a
Fair. Oh my God, such a good
Whoa.
I
point.
should have benched him. I knew
Like,
it.
what do you think?
He
like,
cut off his aura
did
from
look-
college all the way until a couple days ago.
What do you
against
think
the
his logic
Giants?
was?
Lighter?
Heavy.
That's the thing too, is like they dominated the whole game. Usually that game script results in Derrick Henry getting 150 rushing yards at some
Yeah.
point.
Would you at some point today name some random running back that I've never even heard of that was getting touches for the Ravens, or was that?
I don't know. Justice Hill had 15 points. His backup, he had a receiving touchdown.
Yeah.
I love that.
So yeah, Derrick
Why?
Henry probably the worst one. The actual worst one. This guy didn't carry you as much as Derrick Henry did, but boy oh boy did he let you down.
Saquon.
No, Cooper Kupp.
Cooper fucking
He had
Kupp.
0.
He didn't get a catch.
0.
Not the
Sorry,
only
I'm sure you
Cooper
guys
that had
did.
0.
He ran 4.7 miles and didn't record a catch.
Amari Cooper.
He didn't carry anybody to the playoffs.
No, but it's actually
saying.
it's insane.
It's hard to
I
do.
had Cooper Kupp in one of my leagues, and he just
What the
single-handedly
fuck
lost
did
it for me.
Coopers do this week, though? Why?
Zero.
Just how does that happen? How did both Coopers get a goose egg?
Adam started
points.
Amari Cooper over Quentin Johnson, who scored a touchdown, just for comps.
But no points. Not a single point. Not one catch.
So you put
not
Cooper
one
Kupp
rushing
2?
yard.
Is this a 1 through 5?
Yeah, this is kind of like worst to first, or
no
first to
Saquon.
worst to
the number
worst.
one is the worst one.
Yeah. And I think Cooper Kupp putting up a literal 0
Is as
in the
bad as it
playoffs
gets.
is about as
Insane.
bad as it gets. He just didn't do as much carrying as Derrick Henry did. Number 3, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
the fuck?
yeah.
So
I
I,
mean, he was
think he
hurt a
got hurt. He got hurt in the middle of the
little,
game.
Still, I made such a good MVP video. It went so viral, and then you sucked.
He was the number 1 running back, and he gave you 9.4 points. At least didn't completely give you nothing.
9.4 is like, we can make up for that.
No,
But
if you are
Saquon, you
the
expect
overall,
20. You expect 20.
Yeah, if you're the overall 1
you
in
expect at the
fantasy,
very worst 15.
you
At
gotta
the
have at least
very
10. You
worst.
gotta have at least 10.
At
Well,
least double
least,
digits.
Yeah.
At least double digits.
Who's 4?
Number 4 is David Montgomery.
What did he get?
He had 7.5. His team scored 42
Yeah,
points.
that's weird.
That's
weird.
and David Montgomery didn't get one.
Didn't get a single touchdown.
How?
And Jameer Gibbs, I think, had 2.
Yeah, well, he didn't get a lot of touchdowns because Jared Goff had 41 fantasy points. So
That'll
they
do
were,
it.
They were
Sorry
yucking
about
the
that
ball.
one,
They were playing
Yeah.
from down. Yeah, I guess.
That's
I
what
guess they were
against
playing
Pat.
down, but he was the number 9 running back on the season.
He
Pretty
did.
much
He carried my. By the way, I lost in a league because of him.
guaranteed
And
to
going
get you
up against
15 points a
Devontae.
week, and he gives you 7.5 in the playoffs.
Yeah, it's not
Just
gonna cut it.
Can't have that out of your
Absolutely
RB1,
not.
Do these guys not
RB2.
know that it's fantasy playoffs?
It's a little like
feel like
short-sighted.
they should know.
If anything, it's the complete opposite. Like they fucking know and they want to fuck us sideways.
Yeah, so those 4 guys were like the clear cut. This is really
I
bad.
feel like you're missing
Yeah.
one. That's
No,
clear cut.
I scrolled through every fantasy league I'm in trying to find good
you go.
ones.
Yep.
But I got 3 more. This one is the guy I put in 5 spots. Chuba Hubbard. So
Sneaky awesome
sneaky
year,
carried
yeah.
you. He was a top 12 running back that you never expected to be. So he gave you a ton of value all
You
season
could even
long.
place him in the flex spot.
And then he gave you 8.9, which again, like we said, not a
not
complete
bad.
falling on your face, but you wanted 15
and a
out
good
of him.
spot, like against the Cowboys. Like they just lost fucking what's his name?
Overshawn?
Omario
Yeah.
Overshawn, DeBarshawn.
But that's
Great
why
name.
the 5th spot was
I
like
don't remember
I
his
needed to
name.
get to 5 because saying these 4 players cost you didn't have the same ring
Yeah,
to
go.
it. So I had to get to 5. And then honorable mentions, 49ers players.
Just everyone.
really?
Yeah. all of them.
Brock Purdy
Kittle did
3.9, Debo 4.9, Juwan Jennings 5.1,
Just the 49ers.
Kittle 10, and then
Disappointing.
Garendo 11.5.
Well, the
But
49ers are funny because they've been a fantasy factory for the last
you
couple
could
of
have
years.
started the
and now
entire
it's-
Niners offense. You cook.
And you usually do pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah, they combined scored less points than like Amon-Ra St. Brown. So
Which
those
is
5
insane.
players.
Yeah.
And
Starting
then
to want in the league, yeah.
number 7, Joe Mixon.
Yeah,
He
I
got you
was thinking
10.6 points, which like we said, I feel like 10's the bar where you can't
Yeah.
get too mad at the guy. He just didn't get in the end zone. He got the yards.
That's fair.
But Joe Mixon, 10.6. He was a top 5 running back all year, so you expected more out of
You
him.
want the thing is like in the fantasy playoffs, you're expecting 15 plus from every guy.
Yeah, but
That's what you want.
those first 4 guys, they screwed you this year.
That list is the most fantasy thing
Like,
ever.
dude,
Like to
like the
have
fact
players
that
that go crazy and then
Saquon
fuck
and
you.
Derrick Henry.
Like
the
you
number
think-
1 and 2, they combined for 15
Were
points.
those the 2 best overall players in fantasy potentially?
Probably,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
outside
Jamar.
of quarterbacks
Yeah.
and Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
But
If you looked at like fantasy rankings consistently, you would have not even that. Joe Mixon would be there, Derrick Henry would be there, Saquon would be there, David Montgomery would be there as well. Like those are 4 guys that you trusted with everything.
something to consider, Derrick Henry pretty slow the last 4 weeks. He went 14, 14, 10, 14. So it's not
Something
like,
also
it's not
to
like he's
con-
been burning up the gridiron. He's been pretty meh.
Something's
Yeah.
because usually as it gets colder,
Yeah.
But
He gets
Lamar's
better.
heating up.
Who knows?
Maybe he's old.
and now it's getting colder and he's getting.
But Lamar also is fucking sick.
But yeah, those guys, they screwed you right up the bum. And you got to deal with it now.
You hate to see that, man.
Hate to
At
see
the
it.
end of the
Hate
day.
to see it.
Tough.
Yeah. Sorry you had 3 of them.
Yeah,
But there were also some
one of them
weird-
is Derrick Henry in the 50K league, and I got 42 points from Devontae and 41 from Josh.
I think what's
So
crazy to
can
me
live
is it
with
was one of the more absurd scoring days in fantasy. Like you had guys that would not necessarily be there.
Dude.
That
Brian
took
Thomas,
you over the
32
Devontae
and
Adams.
nine.
being
It
the
was
league
absurd.
45
I have
plus,
another
like,
fantasy list if we want to just get
Just
right
get
into
go.
it.
Rip
the Band-Aid
it.
Like
off.
let's do the fantasy
Let's get
Band-Aid,
over
rip
it.
it right off.
Yeah, do it.
All right, these 10 players won you the first round of the playoffs. There were some massive performances in the first round of the
Dudes
fantasy
went
playoffs.
ballistic this weekend.
It might have been the most points I've ever seen scored in fantasy just ever.
I had
Is that
just
a- is that a
like
ridiculous
200
name?
plus in the first.
I think not even that. Like the top 15 is all above like 25. That's the crazy
Yeah.
part. It's like the baseline is so high.
There were
this week.
multiple 40-point weeks. There were multiple 35-plus
Crazy.
weeks. I have them written down for your guys' convenience.
All right, are these like the 10 guys that score the most?
It's not just the top 10 most. It's like I said, it's these guys won you your
Okay.
first round
Yeah,
of the fantasy
yeah, yeah,
playoffs.
yep.
So there's some value plays in here,
All right.
and it's also ordered by what you kind of expected out of these guys and what you got. So
Sure.
Josh Allen, for example, you kind of expect him to give you 30 now.
Okay, but you don't expect him to get 40 again.
Exactly.
Back to back.
Number 1, Devontae Adams, 42 points.
In the second, he had 0 in the first
second
half.
Round it up. 43, 42.8.
Yeah,
What the
42.8.
fuck?
Derek Sullivan, better Derek. Do we drop his last name?
Wow, that
Fuck it, Derek Sullivan.
I didn't
Derek
even know
Sul-
for a second what his last name was.
Better Derek sent the text at 3 p.m. celebrating his victory over Team Handshake Bets. And then immediately after that, Devontae Adams, 42 points, 43 points.
If that's not
Fantasy,
karma,
man.
I don't
If
know
that's
what
not
is.
karma, Derek
I love
is
it.
one of a
Football
kind in
gods.
terms of speaking his failures into existence. You got to tip your cap to him. Number 2 is Josh Allen. I still have him at the top of this list.
Dude, he's been
He's
so
scored 92 points over the last 2 weeks.
He is the first player in NFL history to have back-to-back 40-plus fantasy games in history.
And last week, he had the most points ever scored in a game.
By a quarterback.
Yeah, by a quarterback, sorry.
Let's just get the MVP rankings video over. This is the MVP rankings. Josh Allen. End of video.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Number 3.
We had something. But that
That is
works.
it, though.
That works.
That's about
There
it.
goes that one. Might have to say that one again. Sorry for you. Keep watching.
Can we please clip that out? Just that.
All right, here it is. See ya. Bye. Yeah.
All right. Thanks for
Number
watching.
3, Mike Evans. My guy's
What did
back.
he get you?
36.9.
Love that. 84. He needs 84 receiving yards per game to finish with 1,000 over the
Really?
next 3.
And if he does that while he was like hurt for a while,
I'm
too,
rooting for it.
Oh,
I'm 85 plus.
If you're not rooting for that,
every
you-
single time.
You hate. Sorry, I just thought I didn't see a light on the camera. I was freaking out. We're good.
I see it. I'm
to
looking
be
right
Jack.
at
Good.
it. But yeah, Mike Evans. Shout out Mike Evans.
Love that.
And then this one, you probably are in a 2-quarterback league or your quarterback situation was hairy all season long. Jared Goff gave you 41.
Jared Goff gave me 41 against you, Pat.
Yeah.
There were 3 players. The fact that there were 3 guys that put up 40 is insane. to me.
Absolutely bonkers.
That was awesome.
Now get to
but
the
Jack-
30s.
I go to Jack. I'm like, I did the Derek preemptive GGs to Jack, and then I immediately checked and I was like, shit, that was an early GGs, and in fact it was because Jared Goff just got like 200 yards.
Well, in the second
fourth
half, all
quarter.
they were doing was throwing. That's all. That's it.
And now Jack just needs Justin Jefferson to beat me and move on. And
12 though. 12. Like you just never know.
you never know, but
Especially this week.
in terms of guys that I need to get me 12, Justin Jefferson's maybe like 2 on that list.
he's definitely top
behind like a quarterback.
Yeah, no, it's fact.
Who else is on this list?
Oh, there's a lot of good players.
I know. I'm looking at this list. It's crazy.
It's a crazy list of players. Number 5, Brian Thomas.
Oh yeah.
He gave you 32.3, he had 0.5, he had 2 touchdowns. He's higher on the list than a guy who has more points than him because he is not at the level of that guy. Brian Thomas has been a stud all season long, but
To
for
do
him
it with
give
Mac
you,
Jones.
for him to
Against
show
Dallas,
up in the
too.
biggest moment for your team,
Love.
it just means a lot.
How about LSU wide receivers, man?
It's
Fucking A.
someone about
It's
Him
as
and
good a
Malik
bet as
Neighbors are doing
anything.
it with nobody throwing it to him right now. Yeah. And they're awesome.
Yeah, he put up 32.5 with Mac Jones throwing the
Yeah,
ball.
shout out Malik. He put up 24.
Yeah,
Like,
sneaky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did good work for me, but he didn't make the list because that's how good of a week this
Yeah.
was. Number 6, and this is a curveball coming in at 6, the Chiefs defense.
Oh,
If you slid them in, you got 22 points out of your defense.
crazy.
Just a little spot start.
There's
like-
someone in one of my leagues that had, I told you guys, it was Devontae, the Chief. He had Chiefs defense. I believe he had Mike Evans as well.
Jesus.
He put up 215, I think it was, and
Oh my
still
God.
has Keenan Allen to play.
Oh my God.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Number 7, Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Yeah?
37.3.
One of my
Carried you.
leagues had him and BTJ.
Why don't we just
Crazy.
fuck around, put the Lions in a negative game script, and just see what the fuck happens
It's
with
insane.
Amon-Ra? Because I
You
think
want to
he's
know
gonna go
what's
for the
what's
circus.
crazy? I have in the matchup with Jack, I have Mike Evans and Brian Thomas, and I'm going to lose because he has Jared Goff
And Amon-Ra.
And
Or
Amon-Ra.
no, I don't have Amon-Ra.
You have
Just
Jared
Jared
Goff
Goff.
and then just a bunch of other guys. But
Bunch
like,
of other guys got
I have
20.
2 guys on these guys won your fantasy playoffs, and I still lost because there were that many big performances.
That kind of sucks.
That's
Like,
insane.
sucks ass.
It's insane.
You got to get to. There's a big one.
I love when Adam like isn't in control of the list and he starts freaking out.
Just put your list
Yeah,
down.
stop looking. I looked at the list you sent me, man. Number 8, Lamar Jackson. Oh, I know who his next one is. I didn't say the right one, which is funny because I actually just flip flopped the order that I had, trying to appease Adam.
Like Lamar
All right,
Jackson,
tell us about
36.
Lamar.
Lamar,
Big whoop.
Yeah, Lamar 36,
Big
another
whoop.
5 passing touchdowns, just continuing to prove that he would be the MVP if Josh Allen wasn't doing even
He
crazier
still has a
things.
case, bro. I'm telling you. Like,
He does have a case.
No, he has a
definitely.
full on.
He should have way more of a case.
Well, it would take
stats.
Josh Allen losing a couple games and the Ravens winning out to give him the MVP.
Yeah.
Number 9, and I should have known this is one of your guys, James Conner.
Yeah. Not at all who I was referring to, but yeah.
Love
Who
it.
are you referring to? Because I definitely don't have them at number 10. So who was it?
It's your quarterback, man.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers put up 30 fantasy points.
Yeah, he put up 30, but
I got your gift, bud.
Oh yeah, whoa.
Oh, hey! This is the guy you always thought he would be.
There you go. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, come on, man.
I'm a stupid bozo who thinks that I can reverse the Jets' curse that has existed for
Kinda.
25 years. My ego's bigger than this fathead.
Wow.
The reason I didn't put him on this list is no one is starting him unless you're in a 2-quarterback league.
I have him in Dynasty.
Yeah, but why?
I had a bunch of quarterbacks that got hurt.
Yeah.
30's kind of crazy.
I mean, is it? That's what people expected out of
Oh, yeah,
Aaron
no, you're right.
Rodgers.
6
I also
players
started
put up
Tommy
30 this
DeVito.
week. so
Yeah, it's
that
really
doesn't
not that
matter.
impressive. Who I have at number 10 is just a mishmash of defenses and kickers. I have the Denver defense, who gave you 19. I have
Nik
Chase
Bonito.
McLaughlin, who gave you 18. I have the
Him.
Cincinnati Bengals defense, who gave you 18.
would've
would've
thought?
Despite giving up 27 points, but they had 4 turnovers
Some are
and 1
saying
Because
pick
Will
six.
Levis is so
Lou
terrible.
Anarumo might be back. I don't
Yeah,
know.
so me and my buddy last second added the Bengals D, and we were tweaking in the first quarter when they gave up 2 touchdowns in like 10 minutes, and then we were like, no, but we bet on Will Levis doing Will Levis things, and then he
he did.
started to.
And he did.
And then I also have Brandon Aubrey giving you 15, but that's kind of
just Brandon
expected.
Aubrey. Yeah,
that's
that
just-
might be a
So,
bad game.
What about
for Brandon Aubrey.
Tajay Spears?
So I put players on the list that no one started Tajay Spears.
You're
That's
not
in the
starting
playoffs.
Tajay Spears.
You're not in the playoffs and in the position to have to start Tajay Spears.
Like, that's just not a shot.
Yeah, because I had the thoughts at him, and then I eliminated them for that reason.
Laporta? 18 points?
Bro, we're talking about 30s and 40s.
Yeah,
No, you're
everyone
right.
everyone on this list
Yeah.
was over 30
This
except for the
whole
kickers
list,
and defense.
Wait.
we talked about
I'm
defense.
still. This is where the 15s end, right here.
Yeah.
At the
Scroll up
Dallas
now.
Cowboys.
Keep scrolling,
There's so
keep
many.
scrolling.
There's a lot of people on the list. He's scrolling still.
long list.
This is the highest scoring day like all time.
I think
what I'm
so.
saying.
It might
had
be,
to have
dude.
been.
It's crazy.
I would be so angry, like, if you happened to go up against 3 of these guys. Like, imagine putting up a 140,
did.
a
I
150.
can't believe I went up
and-
against-
I'm gonna put up
Dude.
140 and lose like 170. And
I can't
140.
believe I went up against 2 of those guys, and I might be.
I put up 167, and I'm going to lose to Jack.
Who's more upset? Someone that went up against 2 to 3 of those guys, or someone who has
Derrick Henry, Saquon
Trey
Barkley, Cooper Kupp.
McBride in a league? Because I would be.
Well, he did pretty well.
Yeah, but he has 84, 89.
89.
89 receptions without a touchdown.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
You want to know the players that have more receiving touchdowns than fucking Trey McBride?
Tito better than that?
No, because it doesn't need anything.
I mean, there's probably like most players.
No,
Well,
all right.
no.
This is a fun.
These
list.
players have-
Skipper.
Yeah.
All right, go.
These players have more receiving touchdowns this year than Trey McBride. All right, we're not going to say the other people that are like have 6 and 4 and 3.
Yeah.
I'm talking the obscure motherfuckers.
These
Jamar
are
Chase.
linemen. These are linemen.
Jamar
Offense,
Chase does.
These people are in the trenches and they have more receiving touchdowns. All right, Dan Skipper. I think he's
Shout
got-
out Dan Skipper today. Backup offensive lineman.
He has
for
one.
the
He has
Detroit
one.
Lions.
This was his first one.
You got one today?
Yeah.
I have a
Didn't
good one. I have a
know.
fun
Nope,
one.
it's
He's
Okay.
had like a rush.
Sam Hubbard.
catch.
Sam Hubbard, defensive
Hubbard.
lineman. Yep.
Today.
All right, now tell me if this player is actually a real NFL player or just a made-up Madden-generated name. Vidarian Lowe.
What team?
Didn't write that one down, but he's on the he's on an
he-
NFL
I
I thought you
roster.
were writing it down.
Nope, I
Real-
didn't write
real
that
guy?
I
down.
showed you the list.
Yeah, but I didn't write the team down.
Real.
I
Yeah.
think he's on the Commanders. I looked.
What about Wanya Morris?
Patriots.
That's a real person.
Might have been Patriots. I think it was Patriots. I think I'm cooking.
Wanya?
He might have
Why
been
did I
the
spell
Commanders.
that?
W-A-N-Y-A Morris.
Exactly how I would have guessed.
Patriots?
Wanya
Tygo?
Morris. I think it's the Chiefs.
I think it
Chiefs?
is also is. I think it's the Chiefs.
Yeah. Well, these are all like
Chiefs.
backup
Chiefs.
offensive linemen.
And then Trent Scott.
Trent
That's
Scott.
a Patriot,
Not to be confused with Michael Scott.
right? Trent Scott, Patriot.
Give me a second.
Check me.
No, he's on the Commanders.
Oh, so the first guy
You
was
got
on the
everything
Patriots.
mixed
There are
up. yeah.
5 linemen on both sides of the ball that have more receiving touchdowns than
receiving.
arguably the
Yeah, not
best
even like pick
receiving
sixes.
tight
I was
end.
going to say Penei Sewell.
this year.
Doesn't he have a rushing?
Believe he might have thrown for one.
He threw a touchdown. Yeah.
Oh no, he got
Sick.
sacked trying to throw.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
I
I'm
thought he has a
missing people,
touchdown.
but like
I mean, you knew a Detroit Lions.
the
offensive
point is,
lineman.
Trey McBride is due. Trey
He-
McBride is due.
He has 89 receptions without a touchdown. I think I saw a stat that's the most catches by a player in NFL history to not have a touchdown.
And you ready for the arguably craziest part of this stat? 3rd ranked tight end in fantasy.
Imagine if he got
I know, like we have a Brock Bowers, but he literally might be the best receiving tight end right now in the league.
He's had
Like,
double-digit points
health,
every week since week
factoring
5.
everything. Yeah, he's
and
ridiculous.
he's
and
not
not a
getting
single touchdown.
scores.
We
bananas.
started this list off with an offensive lineman, and I feel like we should talk about that team.
Oh, the line, yeah,
The
like
Detroit Lions.
dude, we were talking about it off air a little bit, but I feel like Dan Campbell is the reason that the Lions will both go to the Super Bowl, but inevitably lose it.
In
Yes.
horrific fashion.
Yes.
In some stupid fucking way. The last 2 weeks are a microcosm of exactly what you're going to get with Dan Campbell reckless football. Like, you go for on that 4th down that you absolutely don't need to go for it last week, and you win, and you look like a genius.
Yeah, great.
And
Crazy.
then this week you're down 10 with 10 minutes left.
12
minutes left, and
minutes
you
left.
decide you're like, yeah, onside kick. This is the time. This is time
Newsflash,
for the-
Dan Campbell, you can't do surprise onside kicks anymore. You got
have
to
to
declare.
declare.
It. You got to declare it.
But
Yeah,
also,
I do
like,
declare.
not,
and
Like-
there's been one onside kick recovered this year.
but what I don't understand, here's the logic, right? All right, Bills have been driving down the field.
Okay.
We're gonna try and take momentum back. We're playing well.
we just
yada yada
scored
yada.
momentum.
Stop them on defense. I don't care if you have injuries.
The momentum from offense carries to defense when you have like hope.
The percentage of you actually converting on
been
that
one.
fucking onside kick is
And of course, the Bills get it. And
It
go to
doesn't
the-
exist.
The Bills get it and go to the 5, and then they score a touchdown immediately.
You said it best. Like,
Like-
Dan Campbell will get them to the Super Bowl, but Dan Campbell will ultimately be the reason
don't
that the
win.
Lions probably end up losing a Super Bowl because you have bozo decision making.
Or before.
And
Or,
don't
like-
allow
Dan Campbell, bozo.
Well,
Just
look
real
at it.
quick.
It's not. But
We
like,
love
no,
Dan
the
Campbell.
Yeah, but what about this?
Big.
Show me your bottom teeth.
No, well, they're kind of crooked, so I'd rather
Doesn't
not.
matter. It definitely looks better than Dan Campbell's. Yep, they're all better. That's the point. All right. Chewing tobacco though, pretty sick. No. They're like Dan Campbell. There needs to be context in these decisions. That's the point.
The
Like you
onside
can't
kick-
live and die at
Dude.
foot down on the gas pedal the whole time, 100 miles an hour. It just
The
doesn't.
fourth
it's not gonna
down
work in the
last
playoffs.
week is a rational play. You get the 4th down, game
You
over.
win the game. It's a winning play.
It's such a and you have the best offensive line. You have an incredibly good running game. That call makes sense. That's a ballsy call that has immediate results and reasoning behind it. The onside kick made 0 sense.
That like, and the fact that like, if it was a surprise onside kick like a year ago where you don't have to declare it, that's good and dandy. And if you don't get it, I feel like you can live with that and say that was, you know what, bold call, but it's Dan Campbell. We get it. It's fine. This, you have to fucking declare it. You tell the other team, hey man, we're onside kicking this thing. Like,
don't get it.
You're not going to recover it. It just, with that much time left, it makes no sense. Even if you have like, if you're down 10 with like 6 minutes left, 4 minutes left, you don't do that.
The other
Like,
thing too is like with an onside kick, sure they took it down to the 5, which is worst case Ontario. Even if they get it and drive 10 yards, they're in field goal range and they can still get points. If you kick it away to them and they drive 3 minutes but only get 30 yards, they can get the ball back with 9 minutes
Yeah, you
to
had
score a
plenty of
touchdown
time.
and a field
You had
goal,
plenty of
which
time.
the Lions have shown they can do just fine. They move the ball better than anybody.
That was I'm in my own head, like trying to be the ballsiest, sickest coach ever. He's probably, that was an ego check.
Look, yeah,
honestly.
exactly. He
Has
said
to
it was.
be.
He said it
It
was
was
on
heat
him.
check.
He said it was on him, so there's a chance that he could learn from that. But it's like Kyle Shanahan, the fucking overtime. Sorry, I know it's like
It was the
could still
definition
be
of
an
a heat
open
check,
wound,
though.
but
Of
yeah.
just like, yo, I like my balls are huge. Let's see how big. They
How
can
is
get.
anyone? How is like the special teams coordinator out? Like, yo, Dan, we probably shouldn't do this.
Yeah, how do you not?
like, yeah.
Well,
like,
end of the day,
I'd like to call
quarterback
so
and not
they-
check
he-
out. Like, can we fucking?
The special teams coordinator probably said that, and Dan was like, "I don't care. We're doing it."
think so?
Dude, he's the head coach. He has the decision at the end of the day. It's his
Yeah,
call.
I guess.
It's a bad call.
It was a bad,
It was
bad
dumb.
call.
It was dumb. And I
What
love
I will
Dan
say,
Campbell, but
I will say that ball did bounce in a funky fashion.
I
There
thought-
was a sliver of a chance.
I
That
thought
they
they
got.
recovered it
Me
at
too.
first. I
Because
was
it
like,
got tipped
holy
up
fuck.
by
And Mac
Mac
Hollins,
Hollins.
yeah, huge
So like
hands, huge
there
penis,
was
probably.
a half a second where I was like, oh my god, he did it again. The guy's a
If he did,
genius.
and also, but even if that did work out for them, I feel like we could still talk about that being a stupid.
It was
fucking
so
call.
dumb.
Like,
100%.
But I understand that you could potentially say to someone, your team likes seeing that because it's like a vote of confidence. But then again, it's like, go trust your defense, get a stop.
which they couldn't do
Lions
that
could
all
get a
day
stop.
against
Okay,
Josh
but
Allen, to
like
be fair.
at some
Like,
point, that's the bend don't break mentality,
Yeah.
right? Like you can't get a stop, but when you need to get a
Just get the
stop,
one.
can you?
Yeah.
I would have, if you would have said bet on one, I bet all four of us in this room would have said they'll get a stop on this drive. They're gonna have to
oh,
get a stop.
it felt inevitable.
I don't know. Because I was gonna say, like, real talk on the Lions. Does this game give you concern about their Super Bowl chances?
Only
That
in the
defense
fact
couldn't
that-
stop a nosebleed.
Well,
they have
if
so
they ran
many
into
injuries.
a fucking buzzsaw in Josh Allen right now. He's the hottest player in football.
That's the guy that
Like,
they have to beat.
That's the guy they're gonna have to beat in the Super Bowl.
Like,
or-
potentially one of the
or Patrick
guys.
Mahomes,
Mahomes.
or
Yeah, it's
Lamar
like
They also
Jackson,
have
or-
every injury.
they're gonna
now.
run into the best team.
I wrote this
I
down.
still think they can do it. But like,
Listen to all these injuries that the Lions currently have.
They're-
it's
they are
insane.
so hurt
Yeah,
on
I feel
defense.
so
Aiden
bad.
Hutchinson, Aleem McNeil, Carlton Davis, Alex Anzalone, Derek Barnes,
Jesus.
Broderick Martin, Khalil Dorsey, Ifiatu Melifanu could be a made-up name, Ennis Rakestraw Jr. and Emmanuel Mosley.
So that's
9-11.
11 guys. Could be an entire starting.
Don't know if
defense.
all of them are starting, but they all play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dan said Aleem and Carlton Davis both suffered injuries that could be season-ending. That is concerning.
Yeah.
So that's what I mean. Though, like we've known that the Lions' defense is shredded to pieces with injuries right now. Defense is pretty important to winning football games. You
Yeah.
can score a lot of points, but like we saw today, they scored 42 and they still lost.
Look
Yeah.
at the Bengals all year.
Yeah, you need the defense, and the Lions had a great defense that's been decimated, and I know it's starting to show cracks in the foundation of
Well,
can
my
they actually win a
concern
Super
for the
Bowl.
Lions was always rooted in I thought they had peaked really early and they were plateauing, and just what goes up must come down.
That's the
Whereas you
12-2.
see what?
They're 12-2.
No, look, I'm not saying the Lions are going to fucking lose in the first round. I'm just saying, like, the expectation based off of what we saw from the Lions
to be
was
Super
this was
Bowl, bro.
hands
It's Super
down
Bowl.
the best fucking team in the NFL. They were the tier. Like, and now you're seeing you go up against the Bills, you question if they are the tier.
What they did today was essentially just hand over that best team in the NFL
To the Buffalo
to the
Bills.
Buffalo Bills. Like the Bills are, I think it's pretty clear to say they're the best team in football right now. Like
I wouldn't.
after they've beat the only team to
wouldn't.
beat the Chiefs. They're one of only two teams to beat the Lions.
I still think the Eagles are the best team in football, but I think the Bills are right
just
there. I think it's a
don't-
1A,
don't-
1B.
I think the Bills.
The Steelers are still a good
Bills are
fucking
a
team that we've had.
buzzsaw.
Okay, but we've also still, like, they also just let up how many points to the fucking Rams? And the Rams are a good team, but they're not.
They'll just let up a
Eagles
shit ton
just
of points
They gave
to
up
the
40
Lions,
points
too.
back-to-back weeks, so
Yeah.
that's an issue.
That's concerning.
Yeah, that's an
yeah.
issue.
But no, Josh Allen is fucking awesome, man. Like
He's so sick.
We were talking about this also off the pod, but we had an episode right before the NFL season started where we did our boldest predictions for the 2024 NFL season. I went back, Jack.
kind of cooked.
Was I on that episode?
You weren't on that episode.
This
I
is
don't know
what
where
this
you
was when it
were.
was just Jack and Adam, I think.
Let's go.
Yeah.
That's big.
And so I want to revisit our boldest takes from the 2024 NFL season. Some good
From the offseason, you were saying.
from the offseason, yeah.
Yes,
Oh no, you know I was out.
But
of
it was
town.
leading
I think
up-
I was on
you-
the
I think
show
you were
already.
out. I think
I was
you were
out
out
of
of town.
town.
Might have been, yeah.
I was hiking.
But this was we made this. I think this was September 4th, the week before the NFL season started. I asked Jack for his 5 boldest takes. I asked myself for my
God.
5 boldest takes.
Let's revisit mine.
Let's
real
revisit
quick.
these bold
I
takes.
don't feel good.
I'm super bummed that I
wanna
wasn't
st-
on this episode.
This is a good one.
Because this is a really feel good about yourself, feel bad about yourself moment for you guys.
You want to know the good ones or the bad ones first? I think the good ones.
just do all of mine.
yeah,
the
I
5.
want to hear
just
all
tell me the
Jack's,
5.
Yeah.
Just tell me the 5.
Okay. Panthers a sneaky wild card team.
Tough start.
start.
Not good. Dave Canales thought would fix Bryce Young.
But they're kind of looking
Didn't
good.
fix him. But they're playing
Let
good
me
ball.
go.
Playing good ball.
All right, here's a fun one. Daniel Jones and the Giants make the playoffs.
Daniel
Christ.
Daniel Jones is on the Vikings
Holy.
practice squad, and the
Oh
Giants
my
are the worst
God.
team in football.
All right, next.
Brock Purdy wins MVP.
we're not going to make the playoffs.
That felt good.
Dude,
That felt
we already
fun.
have people making fun of us for saying that we don't know ball. And we
Wait,
give
yeah, I don't know if we
awful
should
takes.
Hold
This
on.
might
Put
be
it in
a-
gear. Give it some throttle.
Maybe don't post this on social.
The
Maybe this is just for
Packers
the
missed the
listeners.
playoffs.
Oh my, he's over 4.
Did you give him his 5 good ones too, or is this his only 5?
No,
he
Adam
gave?
had the 2 good ones on this list, but we're just gonna keep. But this one's still impossible.
Okay.
Texans win the AFC.
Eek.
They're bold. Look, they're supposed to be bold.
They were bold.
They were supposed to on your They were
when you
supposed to
give
be
a bold take, you hope one of them hits.
You hope you hit 20% clip
Just
rate.
one.
That'd be 1 out of
or
5.
you didn't like come close on one of them. You didn't come close on any of them, except I guess the Texans.
No,
could
the
still win
Texans
it,
are not
but-
going to do
All right,
that.
we gotta give Adam his flowers.
I know, but also Vikings. What was your record? 5-12 for them.
Oh.
They're 11-2.
Stop.
So just I wanted to make sure we got that one in there.
You're great.
I had the
Jack,
Broncos going 3-14, so I'm not. He's not alone in being an idiot.
But let's revisit Adam's 2 bold takes.
No, wait.
Whoa,
we got to hear all
5.
5.
Well, I'm gonna go 2. I hit 2 on 5. 2 of
Well,
them.
tell us all 5.
Good. All right, let's
I
revisit
wanna
the bold
hear all
takes.
5.
All right, the first one bad. Bengals best record in the NFL, win 14 games.
Stop.
Yeah, suck it, loser.
These are. I mean, they were bold. They were bold things.
Dolphins make the AFC Championship.
Ooh.
Not even gonna make the playoffs.
But let's revisit the one bold take that actually needs to fucking hit. Josh Allen's gonna win the MVP.
There you go.
Congrats.
I said that.
Congrats.
Here's the video. I said it. I
Like
played
exactly what you were just saying. You hit one of these bold takes. Adam kind of knows
look
ball
like a
now.
genius.
Adam kind of knows
it. Dude,
ball.
I called that early.
Yeah, that's.
But I'll give Jack your flowers. Jack, you said it also in July. I asked when we were doing our predictions.
care.
No, I do. We said, what's a successful season look like for the Bills? Jack said in July, Josh Allen wins the MVP.
But like that also makes sense.
It was a
when you say,
rebuild
what's
year.
a successful season for the
I mean, I'll
Bills?
take
and
it. All right, I was trying to give you.
No, I appreciate it. I just feel like I'm an idiot now.
Another bold take Adam had. Lions win the Super Bowl.
That's a pretty good
Could
thing.
There's a
happen.
video. There's a video. This is before the season. Well,
I don't know if that was bold enough. Like they were expected to be a top 5 team in the league.
okay, I don't think we expected them to be this good.
Not this good. You're right.
I took the liberties of bold a lot more bold, I
Yes.
think.
I think I remember saying that in real time.
I
too.
would say like betting odds, they were probably a top 5 betting odds Super Bowl team. If
see.
you
I would
can
say so.
fact check that.
Anyway, congrats on that take.
Congrats on that take.
Thanks,
It's a good
guys.
one. It's a good
Thanks,
one.
guys.
Sorry, I'm being a dick.
It's all right. Right back down to the basement floor. Titans win the AFC South last week of the NFL season
Woof.
against the Texans.
And they just bench Will Levis for Mason Rudolph, man.
You guys are going toe to toe with the Giants make the playoffs and that one. As
No,
the
No,
worst.
Mine was-
the Panthers one. The Daniel Jones is fun.
No, but these are like sneaky wild card. Could be a playoff. Didn't say for sure.
No, I know, but on those, you're kind of hoping you're like the Colts, where you're 6-8, not 2-12.
Yeah.
The Giants are the worst team in football.
So you
Daniel
said it
Jones
before.
isn't on the team anymore.
You
Yeah,
said
no,
it
he's
before,
literally
right?
on the practice squad of the Vikings, who I predicted to go 5-12.
The MVP race is over with.
I think it's pretty,
Josh Allen's the MVP. Is it done?
Yeah,
I think
I can't get over my takes.
I think today he kind of firmly planted his flag as I am the MVP.
Well, why don't we go head to head and just look at the stats versus Lamar Jackson? Because at this point, I feel like we should just rename the award from the most valuable player to just the best quarterback on the best team.
Well, yeah, that is like the most valuable player.
I know we did that with Lamar last year. I get it. And
Go,
people were
rip.
saying, right now, Lamar Jackson has a better completion percentage. He has more passing yards per attempt, more passing yards per game, more passing touchdowns, less INTs, a better passer rating, more rush attempts, more rushing yards, better rushing yards per attempt. Josh Allen does have more rushing touchdowns, 9-3. But if you're a fantasy whore like I am,
That's it.
Lamar has more fantasy points still.
Wait, the only thing
And
he
it's
has is
and
rushing
has beaten Josh Allen head to head.
The
And it's
only
'cause
thing
Derrick
Josh
Henry
Allen
is
has?
there.
Yes, right now.
Wow.
And Lamar Jackson is 8-5. Josh Allen is 10-3. Well, now 11-3.
Yeah.
Right?
And
so this may
9-5.
9-5, yeah. I wonder if these stats are.
Oh man.
No, they well, both of them had absurd games. So
Yeah,
they
so that
probably
makes
do
sense.
all.
Lamar
hold
Jackson
true.
had 5 passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. No,
Do you
it's
think
insane.
say that stat line holds? Lamar Jackson's winning in every category except rushing touchdowns at the end of the season, and they are 11-6, and the Bills finished 12-5. Who wins?
that's good.
I think it's Lamar. But I don't know if it's going to be a voter fatigue thing that he's already won
I
twice
actually
and
think
Josh
you're
Allen
right.
hasn't
I
got
honestly,
that.
I honestly
Yeah.
I might go the opposite way. I think it's like what Lamar's doing is generational. He
How
had
many
a
touchdowns do
season
you have in that? Sorry, I'm just making sure you're right.
29 on this. So
He has
might-
34 on the year.
So yeah,
so your
this
stats
is,
are
this
not
is,
correct.
This is one behind though.
But again, like I said,
But they both had
absurd
crazy
games.
games.
So I
Yeah, they both
This was
Yeah.
leading in
Yeah.
leading into
Yeah.
week 15.
Okay, yeah,
These are
yeah.
what their stats looked like. Lamar's obviously 9-5. Josh Allen is now 11-3. But the point is like it's the quarterback on the best team, which I understand. It's the most valuable position, the most valuable player. However, similar to Pat's point,
Yeah.
if they finish within one game of each other, it probably hurts Lamar if they don't win the division. But the truth is, like, how do we determine who's the actual MVP? Because you could look
It's
at the
hard,
stats
yeah.
and say Lamar has better stats.
If you look at the stats, it's easily Lamar's to lose.
like
right?
Josh is just more flashy right now.
I think it's also the fact that Lamar's already won too. That like Josh Allen Loki is like the NFL's fucking golden boy, where they love everything he does in football and outside of it. Like they collabed, like they posted about him and Haley Steinfeld getting fucking engaged. Like they want to give Josh Allen his flowers and give him his MVP because he's their fucking golden boy. And I get it. He's been unbelievable this year. He's beat the Chiefs, the line, like he's sick. But like when you look at the stats and you just like say, just take the team's records out of it. The Ravens are a damn good football team. They're a Super Bowl contender. It's fucking Lamar. Lamar should win MVP.
Yeah. I mean, he's got better stats. I mean, it's kind of hard to argue that. But I'm going to have voter fatigue for my vote when I vote because we're
you're a voter.
journalists.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have a
yeah,
vote.
yeah.
But it is
I-
a two out of three majority here.
Would you vote Josh Allen?
I'll
I think
vote
I
Lamar
might-
Jackson.
I think I might vote Lamar.
Damn. So caps off vote goes to Lamar Jackson. The stat I was going to pull
Bills
up
hater, though.
is the Bills play the Patriots to end the season.
Oh, he's
they'll-
gonna stat
They'll
that.
likely end up 14-3, and Josh
Yeah.
Allen have
He's gonna have to
absurd
play every
stats.
game to see if
And
they
then
can-
the Ravens play 3 great defenses: the Steelers, the Texans,
Wait,
and
but
the
that
Browns.
actually might be beneficial for Lamar.
But not if you guys are stat whores and just going to look at stats at the end of
Yeah.
this as our
Yes,
voting
but
system.
imagine if Lamar finishes with good stats against amazing teams.
I know, but he would have to win out, finish 12-5, and then the Bills are 14-3, and Josh Allen
you're
has
right.
absurd numbers.
If the Bills go 14-3 and Josh Allen still has insane numbers and he's doing this
He's the
all
MVP.
without Stephon Diggs for the first year and who knows how long.
It is. I mean, look, it's crazy. Bold prediction was Josh Allen to win the MVP. We said it. Stephon Diggs leaves. He has a better season. Look what happens. He has a better season. You said it. What's a successful season look like for the Bills in fucking July? Josh Allen wins the MVP.
And that was Josh Allen proves that he doesn't need a stud wide receiver to do it. Like
How many passing
I,
touchdowns did he throw?
I have actually like a very fun kind of list if you guys want to hear about it.
yes, I would love to.
It's so I have 7 insane, crazy Josh Allen stats. I just want to
fun.
read to you guys.
That's fun.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
It's very, very fun.
I'm a
All right.
visual guy.
Okay.
though.
Josh Allen, the last 3 games, has 0 interceptions, 0 fumbles, 0 times sacked, and 1 negative play, and it was when he took a knee.
Wait, that's his last 3 games?
His last 3 games.
I thought that was just today.
Nope, that was the last 3 games that he's played. Mind you,
That's
that is
crazy.
against some of the best teams in football.
The Lions, the Rams.
The Lions, the Rams, the 49ers. No, Niners are not that
Do you
good.
guys know how hard that is?
That is insane.
I think the
one
craziest
negative play.
is
One
yeah.
negative play, and it was he took a fucking knee.
So he hasn't been sacked?
No.
Does I imagine a negative play doesn't count as like a screen that goes for negative yards?
Well,
I would imagine.
Whatever.
Probably not.
Yeah, I would assume it.
We don't need
That's
any
not his fault.
context.
This
Yeah.
is what I saw, and I'm reading it. Also, next stat. Josh Allen has 1,003 yards, 14 touchdowns, and no turnovers in the past 3 games. Pretty
That's
good.
good. That's good.
1,003 yards, 14
That's
touchdowns.
basically 5
yeah.
touchdowns a game with 333
I was stroking
yards.
too off when he was
pretty
doing
fucking
that before
good.
this week, so that's pretty good.
Josh Allen is the first quarterback in NFL history to have back-to-back 40-point fantasy games,
Yeah,
That's
said
good.
That one.
including the best game ever by a quarterback in fantasy history.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Pretty crazy. The last 3 teams Josh Allen has beat, the last 4 teams Josh Allen has beat are the Lions, 49ers, Chiefs, and Rams. 3 of those were the final 4 teams from last season.
Yes.
Including the number 1 seeds in both the NFC
I mean,
and
he's
AFC
got a
right now.
great MVP case right now.
That's
it's
pretty
a- it's a
fucking
pretty
good.
strong
That's pretty fucking
MVP
good.
case.
2 games ago, Josh Allen was the only quarterback in history to record a passing touchdown, rushing touchdown, and receiving touchdown in the same game. Sorry, that was 3 games ago. Josh Allen did
He
that.
did the passing receiving on the same play.
Yeah.
By the way, broke the scoring system.
Which doesn't make sense. That's not
Yeah,
fair.
well, he had other passing touchdowns as well that day.
Yeah, I know,
So,
but he
yeah.
did both of them on the
But
same
it should
play.
be negated.
But that was one of the sickest plays I've ever seen in my life.
Because like 15 years from now, someone's just gonna be like, look at the stats. Like, did he throw it to himself? Like,
Yeah,
that's
did.
not
And
how
then they're
this
going to look up
works.
the clip, and it's going to be as sick as they thought
It's
it
gonna
was.
be even cooler, actually. Yeah.
And the
like
snow's
in the
gonna
snow,
be-
yeah.
that's fun.
Josh Allen is now the first player in NFL history with 35 or more passing and rushing touchdowns in 4 consecutive seasons. In just a year and a half, this is the last one. In just a year and a half, Josh Allen broke up with his long-term girlfriend, upgraded to smoke show singer, actress, and model Haley Steinfeld is now marrying her. I think that's the best stat of all.
I got one more stat, too.
Most valuable pussy.
I have a...
All right.
Sorry, that one just
Where'd that come from, man?
literally from my nuts.
Yeah. My last stat for you, the New York Jets drafted Sam Darnold 3rd overall. Josh Allen was drafted 7th overall. Sam Darnold is no longer on the Jets, but very good now. And our quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, but it
he's
won't be
putting up
next
30
year.
points.
But long story short, we could have had Josh Allen, but we didn't send a single person to scout him.
Can I ask-
What?
We didn't
What?
Send a sing-
What?
We didn't scout him. We were never going to.
You did not scout him.
We didn't scout.
He's unscoutable.
Yeah, we just
You didn't scout
You
him?
can't send a guy to Wyoming.
They immediately were like, he
fuck
is
do you do
not
in Wyoming?
someone we're taking. We're not even going to take a look at him.
Why would we talk to Josh Allen?
Do you think you could
Because
find?
he has a rocket arm, looks good in shorts, big hands.
I still fully believe he'd be ass cheeks if he ended up on the Jets. Or like for his
He
4
actually
years.
would. He probably would have been the worst quarterback we've ever seen in our life.
Like he would have been like Will Levis, basically, like making silly plays,
you
bad
think you could-
turnovers, bad
yeah, he would
bad
have been a real
morale.
silly goose.
Talk to me.
Yeah,
you
So
think you
where
could say
Wyoming
exactly
is?
where Wyoming is?
I got a pretty
you.
good idea of it. Yeah.
It's right there.
Yep, he nailed it.
Okay.
You might have been over Idaho there, but
Same. I mean,
it was moving.
Wyoming and Idaho are the same.
yeah,
Adam didn't really keep a steady hand on that.
Potatoes.
Was I correct on that?
Could have been Idaho.
yeah,
Probably
Which
Idaho.
borders?
yeah.
Wyoming.
Montana.
What's the capital of Montana? I feel like you're bad at geography.
Not bad, but they're bad.
Capital of Montana.
I think I have it.
What
on
about
my map.
capital of Wyoming?
Is it Billings?
Billings. Nice. What about capital of Wyoming?
Josh Allen.
It's not Jackson.
It's not Jackson. No.
No,
This
it's,
is weird.
no, it's
It's.
Tycho, what is it?
no, wait. Give me like one more second.
Can I get a letter?
C.
Bozeman. Oh no,
Nope.
See? Oh, Cheyenne.
Cheyenne.
And I was gonna say that one. Trust
Oh,
me.
capital of Oregon.
Eugene.
Salem. What about Washington?
Okay, this game's old.
Yeah, over it.
Olympia. Sorry,
Yeah.
I was sick at geography.
Oh, I'm Jack, and I learned the capitals.
So
It's like
Josh
one of the only
Allen.
things I was good at in school.
Lastly,
Right.
so is Josh Allen the MVP? Okay,
Yes.
I liked your scenario. If Josh Allen wins 14 games and Lamar Jackson wins 12,
Yeah, they both went out. So
14-3 is vast.
Really
You
good.
see 12-5 a lot. You don't see 14-3.
no.
So I think that would be the difference, and the fact that like the Ravens have lost to the fucking Raiders, the Browns, like they've lost to bad teams.
Yeah.
So
Bills are sick. I hate that they're in my division because I would love to be a fan of theirs.
I've been a fan for
Congrats.
one game, and it's been fucking awesome.
Yeah.
What a start!
My brother's dating a girl that is a huge Buffalo Bills fan,
gotta
and
be fun.
I can already see him like switching sides, and I don't even blame him.
I would do it if I were him, 100%.
He was wearing a Bills sweater last week.
Don't blame him at all.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. If your brother said tomorrow's like, hey, I'm no longer a Jets fan, I'm gonna be a Bills fan the rest of my life.
He was never even that big of a fan too. Like he's
Yeah?
not a huge sports guy, so he
Okay,
was,
so you
if
could do
he
that.
bailed on the Jets, I'd be like, good for you, brother.
You wouldn't be mad.
I just feel like the Bills are gonna find a way to fuck it up. In the
I hope not.
playoffs.
I'm rooting for them.
I
I'm
No,
rooting for the Bills
so
and the
I am
Lions.
too.
I
I like
bandwagon
Josh
them,
Allen.
and I've thought about this. Is that like the Niners have a history of choking the playoffs? So do the Bills. So does
you
that
bringing
mean
that?
I am fucked or two negative positive?
I don't know. You might be bringing the bad juju over there.
Might be doing that.
That's
Yeah, I'm
interesting to
scared
think
that
about.
one.
Anywho.
Let's look at the list we have.
Well, no,
we got
we
a
talked
decent-
about.
We got a
talked
decent
about
chunk of things.
Yeah, we talk. I want to talk about a lot of things.
You
We're
guys
having
are gonna
a
get a long episode here. I think we're already
Yeah.
at 53 minutes.
This is pretty good. This is
We're
pretty
gonna get
good.
an over an hour.
We
one.
did talk. One of the teams that you talked about that the Bills beat in this last 4-game stretch is the Kansas City Chiefs, and
Yes.
now Patrick Mahomes is a little injured, and we're going to see
Carson Wentz time though,
potentially.
which is kind of electric.
But there was a big stat that came out leading up to this game against the fucking Browns.
There you go.
Where it continued as well.
Nailed it.
Yep. I forgot.
Fucking pearled that one.
Stuck the landing.
You ever see those videos of the guys skydiving and their fucking parachute, they pull it too late and they just like stumble into like the ground?
I thought that was gonna get a lot darker.
No, it's
Yeah,
just like,
same. I was
no,
like,
it's
it's
just
what
like-
happens when
no,
the parachute
no,
doesn't pull?
They it pulls, but they just do it a little late and then they're going into the ground and they're just flying.
You ever seen these videos where they just go splat?
They're just cruising in, you stumble and
Quick
fall. It's funny.
side thought. You ever see the video of the guy who couldn't open his parachute? He was like fully falling, and then last second got it open.
Yes,
Oh my
I
God,
have.
what?
Crazy
Terrifying.
video.
Holy shit, that's
Crazy
awesome.
Video.
Yeah.
No,
Yo,
it's so
we're
scary.
gonna plug at Johnny DeJulius right now.
You
Yeah.
show me that video of him in the
Yeah.
mountain.
Yeah,
that was
so he's
crazy.
He's
a
one of
base
Jake's really
jumper.
good friends, but he's a base jumper and like he has a crazy video. It's like a minute and a half. He opens his chute and he gets tangled right away.
Wait, is it him?
Yes, it's him in the video.
Actually?
Well, he lives. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh no,
tell-
not that. No, not
this
the
is a
video you're
different
talking
video.
about. It's a
No,
different
yeah,
scary
yeah.
video.
Talk about it.
So basically, yeah, and we can insert the clip because it's Johnny.
Yeah.
But basically, what it is Johnny jumps out of the plane.
No,
or-
off
no,
the
off,
rock.
off the. Sorry, it's
Off a
base jump.
cliff.
Off the
Base jumper.
Yeah.
What's his
And
name?
Johnny DeJulius.
JOHNNI.
Okay, let's tell the story.
All right, sorry. Anyway, chute opens. He gets spun around immediately, and it's like a minute of him like hitting the side of like a rock
A mountain.
wall.
And
Like-
then the parachute gets snagged on a rock, and he has to be like rescued by a helicopter.
He's like dangling there.
Yeah.
Crazy,
It was
bro.
very,
That
very
you showing that
scary
video
stuff.
was way crazy.
Yeah, that's the one.
This is it. Wait, yeah.
So now
all
he's just sliding.
We're
Now he's
gonna
just
watch
dangling
it.
there.
And I feel bad because no one's watching this with us. Oh, now there's an interview, not the right video.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yeah.
That's
That was
crazy.
fucking crazy.
Anywho.
All right, do you want to get your
Yeah, we were
Chiefs?
talking about the Chiefs. There are 4 teams right now to not score 30 points this season. The Chiefs are one of them at 13-1.
you know who's not on that list?
The New York Jets, baby.
You got yourself off
Jet
the
up,
list today,
baby.
buddy.
Jet up. Take flight.
You know who is on that list?
A lot of bad teams, I
Arguably the
imagine.
3 worst teams in the NFL.
Let me
the
hear 'em.
Patriots
Wait, okay,
at
yeah.
3-11, the Raiders
yep.
at 2-11, and the Giants at 2-12.
Wow, what company?
One of
Wait,
these
that is
things is not like the other.
that is
One of these
probably
things
the most
doesn't
insane
belong.
stat that's been stated on this show.
So yeah, that makes no sense.
It's such an objectively easy stat to understand. 30 points. Like over 30, you scored a lot of points. Under 30, you didn't score a lot of points. The 3 worst teams in football have not scored 30 points. And the best team by record has not scored 30 points.
What does this say about the Chiefs?
It's that meme with the army, the clown, the army, the army.
Yeah.
The clown
Except
is the
there's
Chiefs.
3 clowns and then there's
Or
the army.
are they actually the soldiers in battle? Because they're bad, and we know they're bad, and they're doing their job at being
I was
bad.
saying they're the. I don't know.
Wait, I don't
No, you're
understand.
missing
Yeah,
that one.
you
The
I thought you
clown.
guys were talking about the dragon-headed meme.
Well,
That
yeah,
one's
that's only
that
one.
one's
But then
funny,
it's like
yeah.
the opposite of that meme.
And then the one looks
Yeah.
like he's like.
Yeah, where it's like the one with like, but like then the Chiefs are the big scary one when they're 13-1. That's crazy. I'm still gonna bet on them to win the Super Bowl. I'm still.
I'm
gonna bet
still.
on them
Yeah,
to win
they're
the Super
still
Bowl.
gonna win the whole fucking thing.
And,
No,
and
they're
honestly,
not.
I think Pat Mahomes getting hurt, good for them.
Okay, spins on that. Let's hear it.
They
Yep, no, go.
They get 2 losses here. They lose 2 of their last 3.
Okay,
Pat
so they don't
Mahomes-
get home field advantage in the playoffs. Noted.
No, they do still.
No, they don't because
I
they
know,
have 3
because
losses
the
and the
Bills
Bills
went
would
out.
and they have
But
the
they'll be 14-3. Oh yeah, but then yeah.
but the Bills have the tiebreak. They
Okay.
lose 1.
Okay, they lose 1.
Sure.
And
And it
then
starts next
Pat
week.
Mahomes comes back the week after, had some time to think, get pissed, and be like, "Why haven't I scored 30 points yet?" And then he's
I saw
back,
Carson Wentz put
healthy.
up 48.
Yeah, and then boom.
Carson Wentz, if Carson Wentz puts up 48 next week, wait, if Carson Wentz puts up 48 next week, I will actually, I'll do something.
yeah,
I don't know,
no,
I'll
no.
do something.
QB
No,
controversy.
not
Take me out to a steak then.
You don't even need
QB
48.
controversy.
If the Chiefs with Carson Wentz, if Patrick Mahomes does not play, they
30.
put up 30 plus.
Yeah.
Is there a quarterback controversy in Kansas City?
Some are
Might be,
saying.
some are saying.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I know Patrick Mahomes won a couple MVPs. Carson Wentz almost won one.
Yeah, he's had himself
Carson
a nice
Wentz,
career.
He
It's been-
has a Super Bowl ring. People forget that.
Carson
forget.
Wentz and Harrison Butker, probably best friends too.
Who's drafted higher? Carson Wentz or Patrick Mahomes? You tell
Probably
me right
Carson
now.
Wentz.
You know
Carson
that
Wentz
checks.
was. That means Carson Wentz has more inherent talent than Patrick Mahomes.
QB controversy.
They missed it, but that checks.
That was
What did you say?
crazy.
That
No, we're
plays.
going to skip over that
Sorry, I
one.
was cooking.
Yeah, you
Bobby.
were. I'll buy you
intentionally
a steak
brushed
dinner
past
if they
it.
put up 30 next week.
You'll do what?
Steak dinner. If
Okay,
they put up
appreciate
30
that.
with Carson
Mastros?
Wentz. Yeah.
Wait, you're taking us to a steak dinner?
Just me.
I'll take you guys all.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Well, you guys have to pay for your own tab. Tiger just covers mine.
What? Let's talk some frauds.
Yeah.
Ooh, Chiefs.
Oh my God, dude.
Chiefs?
Yeah, we already were talking frauds.
Yeah, we were talking. Well, the Chiefs are not this what we were talking about, but
They're on fraud watch
yeah,
because of their
well,
record.
These teams are off the fraud watch because they're confirmed frauds. Like we
No longer watching.
We
They are
have
frauds.
identified who the fraudulent teams are. The Chargers and Commanders are the 2 biggest frauds in the NFL this year.
Fraudulent.
Yep, we locked in on them. Fraudulenta, as Adam likes to
You want
say.
me to do that again?
Give it to me. Give it to me.
You want,
Fraudulenta.
fraudulent. See if they're fraudulent or
Fraudulenta.
just no. Let me see.
No,
it.
but they're
Well, I feel like
fraudulent.
it's
Give me-
fraudulenta.
No, it's like
Fraudulenta or
we're gonna play fraud or not. Where I tell you if this thing is fraudulent or.
Fraudulenta.
All right, whatever. We're not playing fraud or not right now. That was just a bit.
He fucked it
This is. No, I was saying. So the thing was,
Keep
I
going.
was saying the hook, and then you're doing a Najalenta thing, and I got really distracted.
They're fucking frauds.
Both
Yeah.
of them frauds.
All right. Anyway,
We found you.
I didn't finish the hook, so let me do it again. This is a shit show.
No, it's great.
All right, so like in my opinion, the Chargers and Cardinals. Nope, not the Cardinals. Sorry, fuck.
Take a breather. Hold on.
Yeah,
Take a breather.
we're good. We're good.
Take a breather.
I got it.
let me-
Hey
let me
guys,
talk
moment
for
of
a
silence
second.
for Jack to lock in. Everybody, 3, 2, 1.
The Cardinals and Commanders. Fuck.
That's awesome. That's unreal. We have to leave this in now. Yeah, no, this is staying in the club out. Yeah, yep.
Oh my God! No, this is it. No, the Cardinals are—they're just bad. They're not frauds. They're just bad. We know they're bad. What
What are we doing?
I'm doing it again.
Why is
Do it
Adam,
again.
Adam is everyone
All right.
listening? Adam is standing up.
Yeah, he's standing up. The Chargers and Commanders are the 2 biggest frauds in the NFL this year, and it's not even close.
Damn
But-
fucking right.
but
Nailed it.
Which one was the bigger fraud, may I ask?
Chargers.
Sorry for everyone listening and
Chargers.
watching. That was a fucking
It was
shit
unnecessary.
show. We got to do that for social. So I'm going to state these stats. You can see them too. They're written down. But
I have my answer.
the
already
chart.
without stats.
Okay, well, just let me say the stats first, man.
The people don't have them in front
Yeah,
of
they
them.
don't have it. So the Chargers' record against teams below 500, 7-0.
That's good.
The Chargers' record against teams at or above 500, 1-6.
Bad.
Not good, not good.
Some are saying the Dolphins.
The
are
Commanders' record against teams at or below 500, 8-1.
Good.
Hell of a record.
Very good.
Records against team above 500, 1-4.
Yeah, not great.
good.
Not great.
So both the Chargers and Commanders confirmed frauds, right? Can confirm.
Yeah, and this is like an obvious result of the way that scheduling works in the NFL.
Yeah.
Commanders and Chargers were both bottom 10 teams last year.
Yeah.
So they're going to be playing the other bottom 10 teams from last year and just
you
beating
improve
up on
and do
them
better,
because
yeah.
they massively improved, bringing in Jim Harbaugh for the Chargers, bringing in Jaden Daniels for the Commanders.
Yeah.
It makes sense. They're doing what they're supposed to do, but neither one of them has had a
But-
win yet that makes you believe that they can
The
have
reason
a big win.
and the reason I say that they're like two like big frauds because like all year long I think people have been talking about wow the Commanders sneaky fucking good, Chargers whoa they're good, they're not. Neither of these teams are good. They are mid, they are average. They're just there.
I think the Chargers are more fraudulent because the expectation for the Commanders was a lot lower than the Chargers. We had known that. We're talking about a rookie quarterback versus a quarterback that
a
most
first-year
people would
head
put in
coach,
their
yeah.
top 5. And even though Jim Harbaugh is someone most people put Justin
Herbert, top 5?
I feel like coming into this year, a lot of people said
Top
Justin
top
Herbert.
10 for sure.
Top 10, I'll give
I
you.
think a lot of people were okay. A lot of
Moving
people
on.
were very high on Justin Herbert. Jim Harbaugh has experience. He's won a national championship. Dan Quinn is a guy that, yeah, the defense was good in Dallas and there were some great moments, but no one had faith in the Washington Commanders to be this team that people take seriously.
No.
The Chargers, on the other hand, yeah, they were
You have
bad under
Justin
Brandon
Herbert.
Staley, but you have Justin Herbert. You have the most important position locked down. I think the Chargers are more fraudulent because, I'm insecure about the Tua Justin
Herbert thing.
Herbert
Who'd you rather
conundrum.
have?
Good self-awareness.
Tua.
Good
and-
self-awareness.
Nope.
Tua.
No.
Keep saying it and
Justin
you'll believe
Herbert.
It. Yeah, there you go.
So one is the fact that many people said the Dolphins are fraudulent, which they were very correct about because they can't beat teams above 500. The Chargers obviously cannot do that either. And then number 2, I think they're the most fraudulent because you let the Bucs put up 40 on you and your defense is pretty damn fucking good.
Yeah, their defense is supposed to be
supposed
really
to be
good,
awesome.
and it looked terrible.
Yeah.
And then also the Commanders won today, so if we are doing who's the bigger fraud, the
It'd
Commanders,
be the Chargers, yeah.
they almost lost to Jake Hader and Spencer Rattler, though.
That was so bad. That was so
Well,
bad.
and they were up 20-zip, I think. Or they were up,
Yeah.
they were up double digits
at
at least.
They were up a couple scores.
But New
They were up
Orleans is,
14,
I don't know. New Orleans is one of the, Jake Hainer, yes, but Spencer Rattler, I have at least a little bit more faith in, and Jake Hainer was out, but there was also, they should never have scored a touchdown. I don't know if you saw there was a controversy with
did.
the refs. Yeah, they should have never. So the score's a little bit different. However, they let him back into the game. Playing the Superdome's weird. I think the Chargers are more fraudulent. I just think
and this isn't us. Like, we're not trying to like actually really shit on either
They're-
team either. Like, both these teams, in my opinion, are surpassing expectations this year, which is great and Danny to see. First year head coaches, even though these guys have both coached in the league before. Like, I was actually just thinking this while you guys were talking. It's like both these coaches, Jim Harbaugh,
coach of the years.
well, that could be it. But also, like, Dan Quinn, Jim Harbaugh, both have been to a Super Bowl before.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, maybe like instead of trying to get that offensive coordinator who's never been a head coach before, it's like
Get a leader of
Just
men.
get a proven leader.
Yeah.
Just a guy that's been there, done that. Like maybe he wasn't a good head coach. That's why he got fired before. But like,
They're also
Dude,
might be-
Chicago Bears, take notes.
I also saw
Miami
the Jets.
Dolphins take notes.
The Jets spoke to Bill Belichick,
I saw that. Yeah,
which even just that.
we can talk about
thought
that quickly.
had me
But I want to
bricked.
just
Go.
put a bow. Well, I want to
Go.
put a bow.
No, let's put a bow. Put a
I
bow.
wanna
I
put
don't
a
even
bow
know
on
what to
on the
say.
Charger situation. I feel like there might be comments also be like he's a Dolphins fan, he's a Herbert hater, he likes Tua, but like
Which is true.
The Chargers are the Chargers are a far superior team than the Dolphins. They're in a way better spot than the Dolphins. So this
yeah.
is not me saying
They
that
played
like
you
the
guys
Dolphins
right
are
now.
better. Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers.
By a million.
I trust them way more. I trust Jim Harbaugh way more. I trust Justin Herbert way more than Tua right now in big games.
Yeah.
The problem is right now they're not what their record is because of what they've done against. Well,
I think they are what their record is because both of them have lost a lot of games recently.
what are they? 8-6.
Yeah,
Actually, yeah, that checks.
They're
That
they're
checks.
about right.
they're about
They're an
500,
above
slightly
average team.
above average.
I think
they're
like they're
an
both
above
having
average
good
team.
seasons. Neither one of them is a real contender. Is really what we're getting.
Yeah.
essentially, yeah.
Bingo.
Yeah.
Contender,
On Bill Belichick to the Jets, would have loved to have him.
Really?
On Bill Belichick to UNC. What the fuck?
Weird.
I
are not-
feel like he could actually
No,
he could recruit.
no.
You're Bill
no.
Belichick.
No,
No, I
there's-
know, but
he's
it's
not
like-
a recruiter.
I don't.
He-
These kids these days, man, they don't care about ball the way they used to. They're here for the money.
also like
If you want to be in the NFL, though, you got fucking connects with Bill Belichick.
I just don't see it happening. I also think like he reached out to the Jets like, dude, the season's not over with. Like, the hiring cycle has not begun.
It
yet.
was
It's like,
well, did you see
very
that he has like
premature.
a buyout after like
A year?
No, it was like before the season even starts. Like he could get bought out
with
for like $1
UNC?
million. Yeah, like he could get bought out before June 2025, and the buyout's only like $1 million.
Also,
the fuck?
I
yeah,
think
it was some weird thing.
I will put it out there. I think that Bill Belichick does get bought out. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Might be a leverage
solely
play.
because solely because
So, like, I
like
still
you have a
am worthy,
chance to
yeah.
become the winningest coach
Yes.
in NFL history. You surpassed Don Shula, shout out Dolphins legend, RIP. why wouldn't you take that opportunity? You want to just walk away from that? You're that close, and you want to go recruit and work with 18-year-olds? I don't see it. I don't see it working.
Did his girlfriend go there by chance?
Now
have friends there?
That's an interesting one.
So I actually did fun piece of. So you know he was a laxer back in the day, lacrosse player.
Oh, was he?
He's apparently very good friends with the head coach of lacrosse at UNC, and that had something to do with it. So he just wants to bro out with his boys.
He loves
kind
his
Loves the
lax
fucking
guys.
sand
Remember
drill
Chris Hogan?
beers.
Yeah.
Did
Other thing that I was watching either Get Up this morning or some sports show.
Great show.
And they were talking about sports, and they were saying that Bill Belichik. You ready for this word? Bill Belichik is perturbed by being turned away by the NFL coaches in the last hiring cycle.
Perturbed, like pissed off.
Yeah, he's
You've heard
annoyed.
that word?
Yep.
Yeah, he's perturbed.
Perturbed?
Perturbed.
That he didn't get a job last hiring cycle. So like he was there to be hired,
So he's
and they're
like,
hiring
"Fuck
all
the
these
NFL."
they're hiring all these sexy young offensive coordinator types, and Bill Belichick's like, I am the winningest coach that you've
6
ever
rings,
seen.
man.
I have the most Super Bowl rings ever. I have the most postseason wins
You
ever.
also fully mishandled a quarterback situation. You also couldn't build a culture in this newer organization.
Couldn't build a culture.
Yes, in this newer NFL where there's the social media era and everything. People didn't want to be under this Belichick era at all.
The Patriot way,
The
yeah.
Patriot way did not work anymore without Tom Brady.
Yeah, it
so
works when you have
suck
Super
it up,
Bowl
you
rings.
fuck, you perturber.
And then the other thing Rex Ryan said that I thought was funny.
You seem angry.
Rex
No,
Ryan
I
was
just-
like, Bill Belichick's gonna coach circles around these fools in college.
Oh,
like if he does
yeah.
coach at UNC, he was like, he'll win a championship in 5 years.
I don't think. I don't.
I wouldn't
He does
be-
not last 5 years.
No, but he like that
Bill
is so
Belichick.
fair though. Like he's going to look so smart.
Rex
compared
Ryan
to
was like, I know better than anyone because he's beaten me more than anyone. He will coach circles around
Bill
these
Belichick
guys.
is not
Yeah.
lasting 5 years at UNC.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, I don't. He's just not a college coach. I don't know
No,
what it is.
I think he's gonna do terribly.
You want to talk about your buddy?
I do.
Talk about your friend, your pal.
Yeah, friend
Best
of the
basketball player
pod.
you've ever seen.
By far.
Is about to win Defense Player of the Year? Maybe.
Nick Bonito should be the defensive player of the year. Will not.
Please tell me why.
Should. And I will happily tell you why.
Well, TJ Watt's probably going to get it.
Yeah,
right?
he's probably
'Cause
gonna
it's
get
been
it.
so
Chance?
long.
Does he have any chance of winning?
So last I checked, Nick Bonito was 13th on the list heading into this week
That's
on the odds,
disrespectful to
which
start
is
with. Not a
so
very good chance.
fucking disrespectful because we are just looking at TJ Watt's name and not giving any consideration.
He does
to
force a
someone.
fumble like every game. I've
Okay,
ever
but
seen him
at the
play.
same time, like, I get it. TJ Watt's going to win the award.
Yeah.
Nick Bonito deserves a lot of fucking love and needs to be in that top
should
three
be- he should be
conversation.
top three for
and I'm going
sure.
to tell you why.
Yeah, I need a case on him. I know he's our guy because you know him. I don't know him. So similar to how you guys treat Aiden, I'm gonna need a good case here.
So let's just go solely off of Nick Bonito versus TJ Watt in 2024, right?
That's a great start.
It's a good start.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is a make or break for your argument right here.
Who's got more INTs? Nick Bonito. He's got 2. TJ Watt's got 0.
Bang.
A weak start to your case that you went right to interceptions. I feel like
You just
they're defensive ends.
I know, but that's
But that's
crazy.
what the
I know.
that's what
Okay,
the-
sorry.
I'm just
sorry,
reading
But
it.
go
I
ahead,
also
go ahead.
reckon that's 2 touchdowns potentially
Why
as
are
well,
all
right?
the lights getting turned off out there?
Because there's a cleaning lady here.
Oh,
Is it
okay.
looking
I was
different?
like, yo, are we about to die?
Yeah.
I thought someone was about to
Is it
kill
looking
us,
different on
You want
the
to lock
cameras?
it? Lock the door really quick? Not that it'll save us.
Yeah, I
But.
mean, then we're just trapped in here.
No, don't lock it. We've that did
Oh my
Yes.
God! Wait,
Oh my God,
don't do that.
Yep, no.
Do not.
Back to Nick
I'm
Bonito.
so scared.
Let's talk about touchdowns. Nick Bonito has 2 touchdowns. TJ Watt has 0. Let's go to the most important sack that we talk about with edge rushers.
Sacks.
Sacks. You know who's got more sacks?
No
Nick
way.
Bonito. Nick Bonito has 11.5 sacks and TJ Watt's 9.5.
He has 2 more.
In terms of
That's
yes.
usually the most important
Pat.
statistic.
You got win rate and QB pressures on
No,
there?
don't have that. Just keep going with me.
Okay.
TJ Watt has the forced fumbles. He has 5. He has 2 fumble recoveries to Nick Bonito's 0. I think fumble recoveries are a stupid
he
stat.
has
forced-
Nick
how
Bonito
many forced fumbles
forced
is-
a fumble?
He has forced 1 fumble. Yes.
Okay, he's done it. He's done. He's been
Nick
there.
Bonito
He's
has
done it.
13 tackles for a loss. TJ Watt has 17 tackles for a loss. Here's the kicker, though. Nick Bonito, in terms of edge rushers, is currently 27th in total snaps. TJ Watt has 200 more snaps played than Nick fucking Bonito. And their stats are pretty damn impressively close. Nick Bonito, 41 tackles, 28 solo tackles. Having 2 touchdowns as an edge rusher is fucking
That pick today was
Unreal.
sick. That pick 6.
Interesting.
unreal.
This is insane. I like it.
He's got more than Myles Garrett,
It's
by
actually
the way.
a really.
It's a case that can be made.
It's a worthy conversation.
If
The
Nick
forced
Bonito-
fumbles is the. I think.
I
what
guess
kids
he's like
teach
he's
you,
a
but-
pass rushing specialist.
Yeah, well, he's, by the way, coming out of Oklahoma, like, this was a guy that made SEC, like, all SEC teams.
Yeah.
But, or all Big 12. Yeah, all Big 12 teams. But at the same time, never really had, like, the love. It took him 3 years to get to this point.
Hand up, didn't know Nick Bonito's name until
Exactly.
I met you guys.
Nik Bonito, greatest basketball player I've ever fucking played basketball with. Love this guy to death. Deserves some love. Tied for second in sacks, top 10 in tackles for loss, and now 2 pick sixes. The dude deserves some fucking love.
He does.
Yeah.
Like he's Nick's probably not going to win it because TJ Watt still doesn't have a DPOY and he's playing at that level this year.
That's insane.
So like you kind of just have to give it to TJ Watt at this point, like by default. But Nik Bonito, like
he deserves
if Nik Bonito had the Myles Garrett or whatever type of like name recognition, this would be a legit debate right now. But he doesn't have that yet.
He's got more sacks than Myles Garrett.
Yeah.
Like,
That's a pretty important stat when we're talking about edge rushers. Sack is arguably the most important.
yes, absolutely. And I also think,
the forced fumbles is big though.
of course,
Yeah,
but
but
okay, so then we talk about the fumble recoveries and TJ Watt has the fumble recoveries, but I think fumble recoveries are absolutely useless as an edge rusher.
I agree, but I'm talking about the forced fumble.
Okay, but what about 2 interceptions and 2 fucking touchdowns?
Yes.
2 pick sixes.
Game-changing plays. Game-changing
Those are
plays.
huge. 2 pick sixes.
But he's by the transit property, he has 3 total game-changing plays to TJ Watt's 5.
But what about 2.5 more sacks? Now we're even.
Now we're even. Now we're right there.
And
Now
one
right
of those
there.
forced fumbles recovered.
And 200 more
knows?
snaps. 200 more snaps.
All right. Well, when Caps
200
off-
more snaps really matters.
Yeah.
That's
That's
ridiculous.
like
That's
absolutely.
insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Think about how many. I don't know what the math is on the stats or whatever, but if you had the same amount of, what would the math be? How many more sacks would Nik Bonito have
asking-
if he had
you're
the
asking
same?
700.
Dude, I just learned what perturb was.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
what
asking
are we
Adam to
doing
do
here?
something way above his pay grade.
I asked that. I don't know if he could like get
He
some,
wasn't
like,
a math
per,
guy.
Well, I said before, I was like, could you get some like per pass rush attempts, like
That's why I asked about
some
win rate.
Yeah.
Well, I just think it's insane.
Psycho, could you look that up potentially? Win rate? Yeah, pass rush
Dude,
win rate.
if TJ Watt was doing
Pressures,
what
too?
Bonito
And then if it's
was
worse,
doing
don't
right
mention
now, can you guys
Say
listen?
I couldn't find it.
Because I know you'll agree with this. If TJ Watt was doing exactly what Bonito just did, have another pick 6, that's 2 on the fucking year, the national coverage would be insane.
Yes.
And he'd be the overwhelming favorite. Like, I'm talking absurd odds
Isn't Nik
to win
Bonito
the
doing
DPOY.
like Von Miller type shit for
He's-
Denver right now?
Yes. Yeah, like what, 6, 7 straight games with a sack? Like,
That's the most in Broncos history.
was it more than Bond?
It was more than Von. He set the record. I remember that. It was insane. We
Look,
were watching that.
I'll
we were
tell
like,
you,
holy
it's
shit.
hard to find. I know. I'll tell you right now. Caps off. When you guys get the vote, when we get to vote for DPOY, who are we voting for?
Nik Bonito. Shout out.
Case
Shout out U
closed.
School.
Shout out.
Shout out the Suns.
Yeah.
Shout out U School Suns.
I just can't find anything.
Yeah, it's weird.
You actually can't find anything?
Yeah,
Or
like
what?
I seriously can't.
all right, cool,
This
hell
is
yeah.
not. Yeah, if anyone can send
Love
it,
you, Nick.
shoot me a link and I'll put
Nick's
it.
win rate is 82%. TJ Watts is 4.
No.
That's crazy. Only 4. It's those 200s.
That's
It
crazy.
took me a
Ooh,
second. I
that
was like,
was
wait,
totally
fuck, how
not
did
made
Pat
up.
find that?
Could you imagine 82?
On the other side of it, though, because we wanted to talk about Broncos and the Bucs, you think they win a playoff game?
Just real quick on that. Yeah, both of them.
Yeah, I don't think we need to touch on it too much, right?
Yeah, but I love both of them. It's funny because I still get all the comments about Broncos fans like being mean to me.
You've apologized a billion
And no,
times.
I feel like I'm part of Broncos country now. And
The people that know you're
exactly,
part of it.
and I feel like I have.
Do I get to be a
Bent the knee.
believer now because of Bonito, or
Yeah,
just a
sure.
No,
You're a Bonito believer.
I'm a believer.
Yeah,
Bonito.
Bonito.
Yeah. I would not use his first name in any type of things you're about to come up with.
yeah.
Yeah, good idea.
Don't use his first name in anything you're about to say.
It's Nik.
It's close.
Real close.
Yeah. Let's not go there.
But I do think that both of those teams will win a playoff game. The Buccaneers
I don't think-
offense can go toe to toe with
They're gonna.
literally
the Bucs are
anybody.
gonna get fucking hot, dude. Their schedule.
I don't think the
end of year.
Broncos will, unfortunately. I think they're.
I don't think either
just,
will.
if they enter in as like a 7 seed or 6,
Yeah,
and they got to go
tough
into
matchup.
You're kind of.
they're going to be close. But, dude, the future is so fucking bright. I said Sean Payton. Our DMs are still going crazy. Sean
Yeah.
Payton, I said he'd get fired. You said BoldEST would be a bust. Like, we
I
said
had-
they win 4 games.
Glue.
Like,
I had a guy
factory.
slide into my
Glue,
DMs
yes,
at 4 a.m. last night. This was a good one. Hang on.
4 a.m.
Yeah, this, is at,
DMs?
this was at 4:03 a.m. on Saturday.
Wait.
You absolute clown! Crying emoji, crying emoji, crying emoji. Oh, BoldEST is gonna be so bad, bro. You're a Jets fan. Get out of here. And to be frank, your podcast has the worst takes of all time.
Oh,
Damn, wait. Should we just quit?
no.
I think we might need to.
Because we need to talk
Well,
about
they say that
Ashton
we need to
Jeanty
stop.
And Trav.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it. Ashton Jeanty should have won the Heisman over Travis Hunter.
Nope,
He
you
should have
went-
done it. He should have done it.
Nope.
I understand what he's done.
I don't think you
on both
are
sides of the ball.
by making that case.
Okay, make your case.
Well, you make yours first, then
Okay, I'll make my case. Ashton Jeanty carried a Boise State team to a first-round bye in the
good.
college football playoff. He is the entire team.
Yeah.
He's the only one doing anything there.
Adam.
And he's fucking unbelievable.
I'll help out Jack here. Can you name another player on Boise State? Me neither.
Dan
no,
Skipper.
you can't. Oh, Dan
a-
Skipper, legend. No, but like
Kellen Moore.
he did that. He brought a Mountain West team to become the 3 seed in the college football playoff with a bye. He is going to break Barry Sanders' all-time record for rushing yards in a season.
Flawed
when they
seeding
went
system.
and Ashton Jeanty, they didn't play anyone this year. Boise State played nobody. It was a bunch of nobodies, Mountain West teams. Tycho, what happened when Ashton Jeanty went to Oregon this year?
Oregon needed 2 punt returns to beat Boise State.
How many yards and touchdowns?
He ran for 239 and 2 touchdowns.
That's pretty
against
good.
Oregon, who's the number 1 overall seeded team by
The only
far and
undefeated
away.
team.
By far and away, we could probably all say the best team in college football. this year.
By a good margin, the best team. So when he went up against the best team in college football this year at their home turf, he had arguably his best game. Like, this guy would be fucking... If he played in the SEC, if Ashton Jeanty did this shit at an SEC program or, like, literally any Power 4 program, he's the runaway Heisman favorite.
And if Travis Hunter did this also at an SEC school where there wasn't the entire
The
population...
Big 12 team is Colorado. They get as much
Against-
media coverage or
They
more
had
than
a-
anyone in the
yeah,
country.
They, of course they did, but we're also... You just made the argument about pure talent. Like, the argument was against talent. SEC talent. Mountain West talent. You can say the same about Big 12.
I just brought up Oregon.
One game, bro. One fucking game. We're going to talk about one game as the reason this dude should win the Heisman.
No. Do you want me to read every game that he's had this year?
In the next 20 years.
He didn't play, like,
in the
second
next
half 3
20
times.
In the next 20 years, you think there's a higher chance of seeing another Travis Hunter, a guy that will play at an above elite level on both sides of the ball at 2 of the most premier positions?
Tycho, you trying to say above elite?
Dude, he is above elite. He's top 10 in both positions.
Or
That's
are we
elite.
going to see another Ashton Jeanty?
Well,
In the next 20 years, what do you think is more
That's
likely?
not as like good of an argument as you think because we haven't seen someone like Ashton Jeanty since Barry Sanders, which was about
And when was the last
40
time we
years
saw...
ago.
and Charles Woodson 97, so more recently.
Yeah.
Boom, get fucked.
And like way worse, like fucking Jabril Peppers, yeah, which is pretty bad.
Yeah. But I'm a team Travis Hunter. I think there's just this like narrative online that like it was a popularity thing and that's why
It's
he
not.
won because
It's
he has a
not.
podcast and he's on Deion Sanders' team and they're Colorado and everyone's
Dude,
been sucking him off. He's
unreal.
He is above elite at wide receiver and cornerback. He is undoubtedly top 10 at both. If he just played cornerback, he would be a top 10 pick. If he just played wide receiver, he'd be a top 15 pick. That
Needs to be, I think, a top 10 pick.
I mean,
or maybe a top 10. That alone, like he doesn't come off the field and he does both premier positions better than 99% of the country. And he does both of them. That is transcendent. Any other year, Ashton Jeanty runs away with the
10 years
Heisman.
from now, there's
He
going to
just
be
had to
people
pick the
wanting
wrong
to
year
beat
to do it.
Travis Hunter.
I understand why Travis won it. And I'm not mad that he won. I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, it's a fucking robbery. No, it's not. I think Ashton Jeanty should have won it.
And it was
just
close.
because like both
was the
years that we're
closest since
seeing,
2009.
it was very close.
Really?
Very close.
Closest since 2009.
Yeah, which is cool. It's like really cool. We have this type of talent in college football. But like, here's my thing is like one of the reasons why I still think Ashton Jeanty should have won it over Travis. If you put Ashton Jeanty on Colorado's team this year and you put Travis Hunter on Boise State, which team is better?
Definitely Boise State.
think
Colorado.
I don't
Colorado would be undefeated, the best team in the country.
Dude,
if
if
you
you
had
had
Shador
Sanders
and
and-
fucking
and
Our
Ashton
offensive
Jeanty
line was
run game?
absolutely terrible. What other corners
Okay,
did we have?
Ashton Jeanty had 1,900 yards after contact this
I don't
year.
know. What do you
understand
know
that.
about Boise State's offensive line? Like,
Not
they could
enough.
be just
I'm
as
just-
bad, if not worse, than Colorado's. for all
Okay,
you know.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say they probably aren't.
I'll just do the PFF Google. Is that a
I'll
thing?
bet you they're probably actually just as bad because they're in the Mountain West.
Like, I think Travis Hunter's numbers would be even more dominant in the fucking Mountain West.
but I don't think he would help Boise State win as much as Ashton Jeanty has helped.
Like, at some
Boise State
point,
win.
to that point, at some point, I think winning does actually have a huge effect. If we look at the like recent,
Of course.
Okay, his team is 11-0. What was your guys'
No,
record?
I agree with that. I agree with that. If Ashton Jeanty, if the team did not win, then therefore he would not even be in the conversation.
Right, but his team.
But he solely carried his team to an 11-1 record and a first round bye in the college football playoff.
I understand what you guys are trying to say. Travis Hunter, to me, is a more transcendent player, and what he did was far more impressive to do it at the level he did and not come off the field and do it at an elite level than what Ashton Jeanty did.
32
That's my
carries,
stance.
37 carries, 19 carries, 32 carries, 34, 31, 33, 31.
I understand that. You give Derrick Henry fucking 40 carries a game, he's going to go
but
crazy.
that's not
as well.
how it works.
But Derrick
He
Henry
doesn't do that.
That's the thing.
Dude, in fucking high school and
No,
like,
but that's the
it's
thing. When you
same
have
shit.
NFL,
Give
a lot
more
of NFL running
opportunities.
backs will get 30 carries a game, and they're not putting up 240 yards
We're
and
not
3
talking about
touchdowns.
The NFL talent versus
You just
now.
brought up Derrick Henry. That's fine.
Well, I was
Well, I
thinking
think
of high
he was
school.
talking about him in college as well.
Okay,
I think
well,
he
I'm
was
talking about as a
getting at
young person. You get
Derrick
more
Henry won the Heisman,
opportunity.
didn't
You get
do this shit.
opportunities. You're going to
Having the
perform.
ability to turn around and hand the ball off to a guy and let him run for 77
What is
yards.
the
Adam,
second
he's also
hardest?
like averaging like 7.9
I'm
yards
not
a carry.
saying I'm not trying to discredit Ashton Jeanty. I think he's a fucking unbelievable talent. I'm just saying like when we had the opportunity to vote for the Heisman, because we did.
Yeah, we did.
It's Travis
This is a great
Hunter.
bit that we're doing.
What
Love
he
this.
is doing
because
is
we're voters.
what he is doing is ridiculous. Like
I'm not
the
downplaying
second hardest
that.
position in maybe all of sports is to play
But
cornerback.
I also think it's too like just I'm so serious. Like when you do eyeball tests too, you know Ashton Jeanty's a better player. You do.
I don't.
I don't. I can't agree. I'm so just playing both sides of this argument right
like
now.
it,
Because I love both the players. All in all, what I wanted to say, college football way sicker than the NFL this year.
100%.
Wait,
Yeah,
so
that-
way
the
sicker.
NFL sucked. Yeah.
well, Lamar and Josh Allen are definitely helping.
I know they're like.
Well, it's a good end. There's a good end right now to the NFL season.
Well, I know, but dude, the 12-team
seed's
college
open.
football playoff is like the coolest fucking thing anyone's
so
ever-
cool. Well,
It's
you
so
also are
sick.
an Indiana fan.
Yes, that is like another big part of it. So I'm
Wow,
like
it's so much
fully
better.
invested. But
Yeah.
no, I mean, dude, the
Miami
fact that we
should've
like
been
the matchups we have this weekend
They're gonna be
and that
awesome.
we have for the next
What?
4 weekends.
What?
Also, we want to talk about like opponents, like and who we faced.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Colorado's schedule.
We?
I pulled up Travis Hunter. The 3 games that you guys played that were good teams, you lost. Kansas State, Nebraska. The 3 best teams in your schedule, you
Oh no
lost.
way! That's the 3
Nebraska's the
best teams.
third
Yeah, I
best.
don't think those are
We beat them 56.
What do you mean?
7.
Yes,
Go
it
Hoosiers.
is. Well, we're getting Baylor's better. They're not. Arizona State, no. Cincinnati,
Wait! You just said
Arizona
Arizona
State.
State.
They're
no.
good.
Arizona.
Okay.
Arizona.
Different.
Texas Tech is not good anymore. Utah was fine, but Cam Rising's like
Cam's hurt.
90.
So outside of Oregon, who else? For Ashton
They played the best team in the country in Eugene.
I
And
just
lost
said
by like a
outside
point.
of Oregon. I'm just
Okay,
asking.
I'm looking. They beat UNLV in the conference championship because they made their conference championship.
Right.
They also beat UNLV in the regular season.
This is not an argument
UNLV
over.
ranked
This
team,
is not
by
an
the way.
argument to say Ashton Jeanty is a bad player. This is who deserved the Heisman. I believe Travis Hunter deserved the Heisman. Period.
He deserved it, but Ashton Jeanty should have won it. There's a difference.
I don't know if there is.
My final answer is Travis Hunter should have won the Heisman.
Well, guess what?
Ashton Jeanty
He
just
did.
picked. I know he just picked the wrong year to have the most insane year of a running back in the last 45
But like the
years.
fact that he's going
Fun
to break
debate.
the record for most yards ever in a season by a running back and not win the Heisman
Like I
is
said,
a fucking
I know, but
travesty.
what
I
Travis
think-
Hunter did this year, we haven't seen since like 1932 when they didn't have enough guys to field both sides of the ball. No one has done what he's done.
Like
It was
I
like
said,
UPenn.
Yeah,
I think
no one has
a
done what he's
decade
done.
from now, there's going to be a generation coming up that wants to be Travis Hunter. Ashton Jeanty is going to be another running back that had amazing stats, but people are not going to grow up saying, I want to be Ashton Jeanty. They want to be Travis Hunter. And that's a
Ashton Jeanty's better
transcendent.
in the NFL.
That's okay, but that's a different running backs. Do running
Do you
backs
think
fucking
Travis
matter?
Hunter will
Like,
play both sides in the NFL?
No.
There's no
There's
chance.
no way.
Why is there no
Because
chance?
his agent,
He'll be a corner, I think.
his agent or manager will say, hey, it's a financial decision. You could get a couple snaps here, but ultimately you need to focus on one of them.
What if he went out there so say like his first 4 years on his rookie deal, you know, he's capped at what he can make.
Yeah.
But then like his first year out of the deal, he's like, pay me $50 million a year because I'm playing 2 positions.
I just don't
Or
think
like
it's
It'll be
60,
rusty.
pay,
I'll be
pay
honest,
me
like,
60 million.
It doesn't make sense for a team to allow him.
Pay
to
me
do
70 million.
No, he'll get hurt.
He'll get
Like,
hurt.
Yeah.
He's too skinny also. Like,
Yeah,
he
you
needs to
can't- you
bulk.
How
can't let a
hasn't
guy
he
in the
gotten
NFL
hurt?
do
Is
that.
college that much
He also
softer?
eats like McDonald's
He also
and
doesn't
Sour
just
Patch
eat, like-
watermelons and shit. Like,
He's actually sick and
So
just doesn't
Chad
get hit.
Ochocinco.
yeah,
Really?
it's just crazy.
Yeah,
He's
bad.
just a fucking specimen.
Is he
He also
he's
got
probably going
mossed.
to play receiver in college, right? Or in NFL?
No, I think
Or he's
quarterback.
a corner.
My
I think
guess
he
is he'll
sh-
play corner.
Do you think Travis
he's-
Hunter should play receiver or corner in college?
I
That's
think
the
he's
question.
better
NFL.
at corner. I think he wants to play
Do you think he
receiver
should play in
more
the NFL?
because more money.
There's way more money in the offensive side of the ball.
I think he should play receiver.
He'd be an idiot to not play receiver. In my opinion, he would have more success in the league playing corner.
Yes,
I agree with that.
Exactly what I was
You're
thinking.
set
What is
up
the
for
most? Can
failure.
you look up the most expensive contract for a cornerback?
I mean,
It's right-
let's not say that he
it's-
wouldn't be a good receiver. He did lead power
It's
four
the
receivers.
reason
I think
I-
it's Pat
I-
Surtain.
And what does he make? Do you know? That's what I want
He's
to know.
probably close to 30 million.
Jalen Ramsey,
Oh, it's Jalen's?
24.1.
That's
Okay,
the
so we're
highest.
going to get up. Sauce is going to get probably a 30. It's going to bloom.
So yeah, I mean, it's got to catch up to the 36 that Justin Jefferson got.
Jamar's
What I-
gonna get 40.
What I was going to
Yeah.
say is he should play cornerback because he could still do a little bit of wide receiver stuff, like be sprinkled into
yes.
like fun little packages.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
he'll be
While
like on
playing
corner,
kickoff,
Debo
and
type
kick,
shit.
yeah, like,
or-
but he
yeah.
could not play wide receiver and then sprinkle himself in on the defense.
So when
Yeah,
the,
you
when
can't do that.
so I don't think he goes to the combine, I guess. But like, where do they
No,
make
he
him
won't go
do?
to the combine.
Like,
athlete.
yeah.
They have those in
Actually,
the
yeah, that's what it'll
combine.
be listed
Yeah.
as. Yeah.
But
I
I,
don't
think
know.
you guys are right. He'll be a wide receiver.
I think you're set up for failure as a corner in the NFL. That's just how it is.
100%.
With a receiver, he has that Jettis body type. Like I think he
Yeah.
could. I think he'd be a
Without knowing
I
what
think it-
team he's going to, how high are you drafting him in fantasy football next year?
Well, you
not as high as Ashton Jeanty. I'll tell you that.
Ashton Jeanty's first. I was like, Ashton Jeanty, easy first round pick.
Oh, I'm taking him.
When Ashton
second
Jeanty
overall.
goes to the Cowboys,
Dude, if
Ashton Jeanty and Dallas would be
with how much I pinpointed Rico Dowdle and Tony Pollard the last 2 years,
You're
if Ashton
gonna be
Jeanty goes to the
slobbering
Cowboys, this
Ashton
dude is a
Jeanty,
top
bro.
12 pick. I'll tell you right now. All right?
dude, he's a top 5.
Dude.
Yeah, well, you
Zeke
think he'll
2.0.
go over with Bijan when his rookie year? I think
This
he
is
went like
actually
7.
a good conversation. We had let's
wait,
take
go,
Marv.
go,
Let's
go.
take Marv as the poster child
Yeah.
right now because he gets drafted. He's a top 15 pick in fantasy for the most part. I feel like with Marvin
Top
Harrison.
20, let's say.
A top 20 pick.
So, regardless
Does
of who he goes.
Ashton Jeanty become a top 20 or higher pick? Does he surpass
Literally
what
no
Marvin
doubt.
Harrison
Literally
was?
no
Ashton
doubt.
Jeanty, regardless of where he goes, is a first round.
He'll be a first-round fantasy football
I think
pick.
he'll be right in the sweet
because
spot.
you don't draft
No, he
Ashton
will be
Jeanty
first
if you're not
round.
going to make him your feature back.
He'll be top
Like,
10.
Where do you think he could go? That's
People are saying the Cowboys.
Cowboys
such
is
a
like
good
the
pick.
most
that's the
obvious
most Cowboys
place.
pick of
It's
all time.
such a good
And
pick.
it's
such
such
a good pick
a
for them.
Jerry Jones pick. It'd be like 12th overall
Yeah.
running back.
Yeah, let me take the sexiest name in
Dude,
the
they
draft.
have
But God damn it, yeah,
so
he would be
many
awesome.
needs.
Oh, he'd be so sick.
Imagine Ashton Jeanty with CeeDee Lamb.
Oh my God.
my
I want to see the draft order.
Also,
right now.
dude, Ashton Jeanty should have won the Heisman just for showing up to that photo shoot in Boise State gear.
Yeah,
every
that's
other guy,
awesome.
every
Yeah,
other guy dressing all
very good.
cool in New York City and like, oh, I'm a Heisman candidate.
Yeah, Boise
and then
State.
Boise State just
Did you
tracksuit
guys
head to toe.
see Shedeur throwing with Malik?
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was
It was cool, but also like,
Little
we
weird.
really want to do that right now?
Yeah, he was.
Why didn't
Yeah.
you like it?
I don't know. Like, is that happening? Like, I don't
Probably.
tease me then.
Inside information. Know a guy that's we know a guy that's close with Shedeur Sanders and Trav. They went shopping and with Shedeur Sanders, and Shedeur bought custom Nike shoes that were in blue and red and silver and
This
black.
is not inside information.
Didn't see it posted
It
anywhere
was
else.
on. It was on Twitter.
Well, I got a text about it like as soon as literally as it happened.
I have a
So,
weird landing spot.
He'll be a Raider or a Giant.
I have a
without
weird
doubt.
landing spot for Ashton Jeanty.
Okay.
fuck. I thought
What's
that
it-
was
That was very
I'm
mean
sorry,
of
I like
Tycho.
it.
What's
That
a
was
team?
very mean
What's a
of Tycho.
team
I
right
thought it
now?
was so cool.
We're going on such a long episode, so
It's fine.
People are gonna love it.
People
though.
might
I
love
thought that George Kittle was Jared Goff for a second because he's upside down. It just kind of looks like him.
What's a
upside
team
down.
in the
No, it
NFL that
For those
Needed-
curious Pats looking at a fat head that was upside down. For those
shut up,
listening.
fathead, for
And
sending
then
us.
Tua with,
What's a team in the no? Don't.
Nope.
What's a team in the NFL that just missed the boat on their running back this year? You just had such high hopes, and they're gonna have to retool, and they're gonna be a top 15 team probably to pick in the NFL. And
Are you saying like
49ers?
who's going to be?
49ers.
what if Ashton Jeanty went to the Niners?
Oh my god.
I would take him one. I would take him 1-1. I would take him 1-1.
I don't even
wait,
think that's
take
an
a first
overreaction.
overall
I don't.
pick?
Yeah.
Like, well, that's kind of assuming CMC's not in the picture.
Right.
So I would take him one. I
Which
would
would,
take him
by
1-1.
the way, which would make sense.
Yeah,
Like,
I would
think
take
you
him
probably
first
have to clear
overall.
up.
Like, not even for a second
Our
doubt
offensive
my
line is
pick.
shit, bro.
Dude, it
doesn't matter.
I would
Well,
take
let's
him.
just like in all
first
seriousness.
overall.
Let's go
Him in
through.
the Shanahan offense.
I
would
want to
be
go through the
stupidest thing I've
top
ever seen.
15 picks right now in the 2024-2025 NFL draft, and just tell me where you think Ashton Jeanty
Yeah.
can go. Giants, no,
No.
they need a quarterback. Vegas, no, they
No,
need
they
a
need a
quarterback.
quarterback.
New England,
No,
they have
Yes.
Ramondre. No,
Yeah, they have
still
Ramondre.
He's not going to go
Not
3. He's
gonna
got
go
Travis Hunter.
Travis
would go
Hunter would
there.
go 3. Jacksonville.
That could be fun.
He's not going to go top 10
not.
though.
He's
But
not.
let's just
Can you actually read me 10 to 20? I'm a little more interested.
well,
in that.
he could go
He's
like
not
8.
going to go on top.
Fine, just keep repping.
Okay, Carolina at number 5. They just gave money to Chuba. No.
Nope.
Tennessee at 6. No.
Tony Pollard. No.
Tony Pollard.
They have.
think
they
they'll
need
draft a quarterback? Yeah.
bro.
They have to go quarterback.
Yeah.
Cleveland at number 7.
Nick
No.
Chubb.
Nick
looks-
Chubb just broke his foot.
and
That is interesting because they said Deshaun's going to be back
Today?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, sorry, Nick Chubb.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler.
They also
alert.
said Deshaun was going to be back. The Jets at 8. Nope, you got Brees.
We have
Chicago.
and Isaiah
That would be
Davis.
so fun, but we wouldn't do it.
You need
We got to
offensive
draft a
line.
line.
Dude, could you imagine?
We had to draft a
The
line.
amount of pieces you would have
The
with no
youngest-
offensive line.
It's the greatest experiment in sports. Like, let's not have any guys who can block with just the best talent
let's
ever.
build
Let's
from the
have
outside in.
Caleb Williams, Ashton Jeanty, fucking Keenan Allen, Roma Dukes.
Okay, so Ashton, you're gonna actually need to play offensive guard.
Yeah. Okay, keep going. Keep going.
New Orleans at 10.
No.
Dolphins at 11. Now we're going tackle.
No.
Colts at 12. No, you have
No,
JT.
Jonathan
13, the Bengals. No, you have Chase Brown. 14, the Cowboys. Would be
that
so
is
He's
where
so-
he's
he's
going.
going
Sounds
to
like a
the
good
would be
spot.
so
Yeah.
stupid.
That's where he's
it would be
going.
stupid.
If Jerry-
They have, dude, their offensive line. Zach Martin is on the last leg of his career.
So if let's say they don't, the Cowboys are like, let's do the smart thing and not draft a running
at
back.
15
next?
it's the Niners.
We should we should
need
shore up the
I
line.
Need
We
it.
should shore
Let's
up
just
the
keep
line.
going. Let's just keep going.
Because I just want. I'm drafting Ashton Jeanty first overall, pretty much no matter what. I think. I love this motherfucker.
Wait, let's keep going.
Let's talk. We're going to say every NFL team now because I want to just imagine him in the offense.
16 Atlanta, we know Bijan's there. No. 17 Arizona Cardinals, no, they gave James Conner money.
Really? He's
yeah.
like 31, isn't
Yeah,
he?
but
Yeah, but
they just gave him money.
He's good.
18 Seattle, no, they have Kenneth Walker.
No. They have Charbonnet too.
Yeah,
Guys,
no, not
I'm,
happening. Not
I'm
happening.
literally going to tickle your pickle right now.
Oh my
Okay.
God, yeah.
19, the LA Chargers.
Pat. First overall.
Wait, that team is unreal. Wait, they already did the.
They gotta trade up. They gotta trade up to get him. They gotta go get him.
JK just like got hurt again.
They gotta go get him.
Yo, listen to us.
You gotta go get him.
Trade up for him.
You gotta trade up and go get him.
Jim.
If you're listening, and I know that you
Who's
are.
offensive coordinator?
From blue to blue. Greg Roman.
If Greg Roman had Ashton Jeanty.
They go from a blue team to another blue team.
Jim, listen.
And
Trade up for Jeanty.
And imagine Ashton Jeanty in the baby blue.
Oh,
the powder
my
blue.
I would buy,
He would
like,
have 25 rushing touchdowns.
I would buy the $250 authentic jersey.
come.
I don't need to hear anymore.
Yeah,
That's
no,
the
he's
one.
done.
I blew my load. Wrap this show. I want to go home.
Just rapid fire.
Holy
All right.
shit, it's 1:30. Oh my God, finish.
20 Tampa. The Rams had 21. No, you have Kyron. 22, the Commanders. Brian Robinson. 23, the Broncos.
Yes,
Oh
that's
my.
good. He's not going to go that far,
Wait,
though.
Bronco to Bronco.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick. That'd be
Bronco
sick.
connection.
24, the Ravens.
No,
Derrick Henry could be in.
Imagine.
Oh my God.
The
He's
biggest
literally
Derrick-
a little Derrick Henry.
Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and Ashton
Could you
Jeanty in the
imagine
same
Derrick
backfield.
Henry,
Didn't
like,
Derrick
just-
Henry sign a 1-year deal?
Maybe.
Derrick Henry just
Maybe.
grooming Ashton Jeanty into the best.
I think he
fucking
did.
running back I've ever
Oh
seen.
my God. Yeah.
I'm gonna come.
25, the Texans. 26, the Steelers.
Oh, they could use him.
He would look good.
You got Najee.
27, the Packers. No. 28, Minnesota.
That
It
would
get
be
cold
so
like
sick.
Minnesota.
All right, now he's gonna get
He
drafted
performed
before
that.
this.
And now it's getting
Everyone
weird.
laughed.
29, Buffalo. 30,
Those
the
kids had no
Eagles.
clue what song
31,
that
the
was.
Lions. And 32, the Chiefs. So he's going to end up as the Chiefs.
He's gonna be a Chief.
He's so gonna go to the
Fuck,
Chiefs.
he's gonna be a Chief. Oh my God.
He could have slipped to 32.
Please go to the Chargers. Oh my God.
We got way too excited about our
All right,
run.
this
I
was
need that
fun,
so
man.
bad. I have a haircut in 8 hours.
This might be
Why did you
this might have been the most exhilarating
Well, this
hour and
usually
a half
wraps
episode.
up at like 12:30.
We're good.
I wanted to get it done before work.
All right, well, if you've made it this far, thank
We love you.
This
Play better
is-
picks.
This has been a fun episode.
I hope
Oh my
my
God, yeah,
haircut
please
goes
play
well.
better picks.
At this point, yeah. If you're gonna download better, play better picks.
If you're still listening,
And like, if you don't use the code caps.
All right, I think it's time to go because the man officially said, "Are you done?" Question mark.
yeah.
We're gonna wrap up. Christmas is coming up. We have discounts, a fuck ton of them happening in the
12
Better Picks
days.
app. 12 days
If
of
you're
discounts.
listening, you should make sure if you're ordering any more presents for any loved ones, friends, family, get it done this Monday. Just because you're going to run out of time on things arriving on time.
Yeah,
a good
and if you
point.
want to
Like,
send
this
us
is about
anything,
as close as you can cut it.
if you
So
want
tomorrow I'm doing a lot of shopping.
if you want to send us anything,
Yeah.
You don't have to.
I'll
We'll
give you
send
Jack's
guys something.
address.
Oh, don't do that.
All right, well, thanks for
Jack
listening
lives
to
at the
Love you guys.
Bye.
the first ever hour and a half episode. Love
wow
you.
record-breaking stuff.
Caps Off is brought to you by Better, starring Adam Spachnik, Jack Perotti, and this guy Pat right now, who we don't know if we're officially giving a seat to.
Cool.
Make sure to check out our socials at Caps Off Pod on Instagram and Caps Off Podcast on TikTok. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel at the link in the description. And as always, be sure to download Better and play Better Picks with promo code CAPSOFF to play the best daily fantasy football app on the market.